Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy Tax Williams.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm very well, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I've started listening to the new Corey Graves After the Bell podcast on my drive over here. It's supposed to be very much completely avoiding kayfabe, burying the product, but promoting it at the same time. I don't know if it's a work. I think I've only listened to the Seth Rollins part, and I'm like, oh, well, again, WWE clearly threatened by our listenership, so they've had to jump on the bandwagon. So make sure you stick with us, and give Corey Graves a chance. The kid's got talent. He's got a future in this industry.
On the same thing, I've started listening to Something to Wrestle With Bruce Pritchard from the beginning.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I've never gone through it. I've never listened to any of their episodes. I listened to other ones that Conrad's done over the years, but I've never gone from the beginning from that particular podcast.
Have you got to the Lex Express one?
No, I haven't even really started it yet.
I just discovered on the network last night, just looking for something to watch, that they've now put the whole 3 hours unedited film on the USS Intrepid of the Lex Yoko Slam.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
And I started watching, and I was like, I just want to watch the episode of Raw when he slams him as well. So I went and watched that instead. But then, the whole unedited thing, even like Fuji chatting to the ref, is just there.
It's a really interesting time period in that it's like almost pre-New Gen, but post-Hogan Savage Warrior.
Yeah.
So it's like there's kind of that dead space almost in pro wrestling history, you know?
Were you watching at the time when Lex Luger was doing the Lex Express?
No.
And then they had the whole, the power ballad of the hero.
Not at all. I was 92, 93, I saw a bunch of VHSs because that's when I first got into it as a kid. Then I didn't come back till end of 97.
Oh,
so that whole period in between the New Gen, I completely missed the first time.
It's an absolute gem.
Cool.
But talking about going back into archives, so we've gone back in the network archives. We've announced we've got our competitors for Super Quiz Cup 3.
We do.
So if you missed Super Quiz Cup 2, Super Quiz Cup 1, or any of our previous episodes, make sure you go back to our archive, worldofwrestlingpodcast.com, to check all of our previous episodes. Best way to interact with us is on Twitter at World of Rest Pod. Thanks again to everyone who's reached out this week, as well on Facebook, World of Wrestling Podcast as well. New likes, new fans, new interactions.
Yeah, the episode 50 about triple, quadrupled our numbers.
Yeah, which was fantastic.
So that was just like, holy shit, people actually give a fuck and watch this. And people seem to have really enjoyed our silly wrestling session with Matt, doing an amazing job. It was really fun.
Really good. And again, a couple of people as well, in all seriousness, had noticed when I was at SCPW on commentary after my Battle Royal appearance, albeit slightly brief and blinding.
Sure.
I was wearing my World of Wrestling podcast t-shirt. Someone said, oh, I like your t-shirt. Where can I get one? You can get one at amazon.co.uk. Just look for World of Wrestling podcast. £15, all-inclusive postage. Get it now.
I'm so impressed how professional you are. Jesus Christ, you're good. You can see why you do commentary. So amazing. So today's episode, we are revisiting Progress Chapter 36. We're going to need a bigger room again. From the Brixton Academy in London, England. The first show me and you went to as a couple.
And what a lovely date it was. It was quite a warm September day, 25th of September. It was a lovely Sunday outside Brixton Academy. We've been to see many, many bands there on different occasions.
Yeah. 2016, 3 years ago, just to throw that in there. Carry on, sorry.
Have you ever played a show at Brixton Academy?
No, never played Brixton. Jesus Christ, have you? I was like, hang on, what are you getting at here? No, I know people that have.
Yeah.
So Feed the Rhino played there. They opened for Ghost, I think it was.
Yeah, that was it.
And so I remember talking to Oz before that because we were doing the Iris album around that time. And just being like, okay, that's going to be fun, isn't it? And he was just like, yeah.
And Brixton Academy, where I saw Explosions in the Sky, when the next day I thought, just need to quit being a band.
Oh, really?
Because it's never going to be as good as this.
Okay, I've seen Slayer. I've seen Mitchell and Webb there, which is a weird one. Who else have I seen there? I've seen Real Big Fish and Goldfinger. I've seen Baby Metal there as well when they were doing their first, the second tour of the UK because my other half's a big fan.
I saw Tool's last sort of venue show
Seriously?
When it was there. Yeah, so it was Tool and Russian Circles.
When was that?
That would have been 2007.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because the day afterwards I was going to Reading. So I basically got the train to London, got back to Canterbury, and then went up to Reading first thing the next morning. And then stupidly, because I didn't know anyone who lived up in London at the time, and trainee accountant. Kayfabe, don't ruin kayfabe, but tell you the real profession. I didn't have enough money for a hotel, so I had my money for my train ticket to get there and back. And it's like, should have probably just slept on the street and just gone straight up from across to Paddington and
in Brixton in 2006. Did you say
2000? I wouldn't have stayed in Brixton.
I'm about to say not Brixton. That was terrifying at that time. Like Brixton's come up in the world.
I would have gone out to Knightsbridge. It would have been fine.
I remember driving through Brixton and going, "Don't stop the car, Dad." This is kind of terrifying. And I'm a London boy. You know what I mean? Like we used to go to. Not clubbing, but kind of go to different smaller venues around Brixton as well. Like I've seen a bunch of little bands and stuff. And I used to know a VJ guy who did all the visuals for like DJs in the big kind of nightclubs out there. It's called The Fridge in Brixton.
Okay.
And so like he's the guy I used to work with at a video editing company. And so like I've got a strong association with Brixton, let alone that we went to this show together and this beautiful relationship has spawned from this, well, kind of this moment, another indie wrestling love and such, you know.
But it was, and this was the interesting thing. So again, we'd seen each other, we'd got to know each other at shows. Like our various bands had played in together, or you'd come to watch shows, I'd go to watch shows.
Yeah, I always struggle to remember how we actually met. We've talked about it before, but
yeah, I mean, the first impression you got from me was that you thought I was trying to kick someone out of their band. And you thought I was a dick.
Oh, lost. Yeah, you won't listen to this. It's fine.
And then we started getting together through obviously me doing the accounts for for when you were in your old business partnership.
Okay, was that it?
That was how we got really into like chatting about things and wrestling.
You've got a much better memory because you don't do as many substances as me over the years.
Purely Pepsi and cream soda for me.
That's great, man.
And maybe some barbecue base on a pizza.
Awesome. That's lovely, man. I'm really happy you can remember that because it's like it adds some legitimacy to the story almost.
But it's when this show came out, I think you sent me a message and were like, "Do you fancy going to this?" And I'm not an overly outgoing social person. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and do something new this year.
Sure, yeah.
Let's go to wrestling. We got tickets. I think you were
the only person I knew at the time that understood Brit Rest kind of like I understood Brit Rest because you paid attention to the indie scene.
Yeah, and we got our tickets. I think we were like 12 rows back.
Yeah,
where we were sat. It wasn't too bad.
Tickets were great. We were like on the edge of the aisle. So if you're looking at the ring, we're on the left-hand side, about 12 rows back on the aisle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really nice spot to be. Like I remember sitting down and going, "Oh fuck, I'm 5'6". I forgot about this." There's a bunch of heads in front of me, you know.
But as we got to the second half, then we went off and stood at the side of the venue. But if you've never been to Brixton, what a fantastic music venue!
It's gorgeous. The sound is okay. It's a bit tall, so it's a bit wafty sometimes. But in terms of getting there, public transport, how it looks like a Roman Colosseum.
I love
when you're
it.
looking at it. It's fucking gorgeous.
The detailing on like the paneling on the ceiling as well.
Yeah,
I know
beautiful.
this is what people join us for this podcast for, is the architecture of the wrestling venue.
It's the detail you don't see if you've never been there. It's not just an old theatre, because that's what it is, obviously. Yeah. It's a religious experience for us kids that want to rock, pop shows, whatever, as Londoners.
Can you imagine if London Astoria hadn't been knocked down for all the like Crossrail and everything, and they'd done a wrestling show at London Astoria, how that would have been such an intimate venue to have that in there.
So I've been to 4 or 5, probably more gigs at Brixton. I've been to 50 at the Astoria because it was always the slightly smaller bands. It was like 1,000.
The next step up, they'd go Astoria. Well, they do LA2, then they do Astoria, and then they'd go Brixton for the next.
You called it the
round.
LA2. I love you. You didn't call it the Mean Fiddler, and I'm like, yes, boy, old school. It's a shame that that's now a block of flats, part of the underground.
Yeah.
It was bullshit. It was part of the Olympics that was shut down, you know. And I remember walking past the Astoria. There was a big sign at the front on the billboards going, "Save the Astoria." And I was like, fuck no, how dare you? But that's not what this podcast is about today, I guess. It's more about Brixton, you know?
Yeah, but, and obviously Rev Pro have done some shows in Brixton, because there was one I couldn't go to, you went to a Rev Pro show, which was near a child soft play centre, wasn't it?
It was so weird. It was in like a sports hall. Like, it was put as like a Rev Pro versus New Japan sort of Worlds Collide sort of show, and it was a nice place to be. Actually, it was kind of weird, and then there was these kind of concrete steps on the outside of the building that kind of lead up into like a giant complex that I think is like the local sports centre for Brixton as such. So I imagine over the years it's had some experiences around there. There's lots of dark alleyways and corners, and the main market goes down there as well. It was a surreal experience. That was me and Nick went to see that show. Yeah.
Oh, quick thing back though, as you said about the dark alleys, and back to the London Astoria.
Yeah.
A little story of my childhood before we get back into it.
I've got a few in that alley as well.
I got hustled near the Astoria by a very scary looking dude who said, "You got change for a £20 note." And me being young and naive was like, "Yeah, I do." So he grabbed my 2 £10 notes and said, "Come round this corner." I was like, at that stage I was like, I'm either going to get stabbed or punched, but I'm definitely not getting my £20 back.
Yeah.
Walk round the corner, grab around the neck and said, "You tell anyone about this, I'm going to fucking knife you." And just walk down the alleyway. and on my
one up the side of the
story. Yeah. And my thought process there was, I was like, I'm not going to be able to buy any Less Than Jake merch today.
I've seen Less Than Jake there a few times as well. So there you go.
It was amazing. But yeah, so if going to wrestling, be careful down these dark alleyways.
Sure. But, I mean, I'm a Londoner, no offense, but I would never be caused by that. Dude comes up to me and asks me for 20 grand. I'm like, fuck off, cunt. You know what I mean? But like,
as opposed to me, so from the country, it's like, oh, of course I can possibly help you out. Would you like some honey?
It's fine. Okay, before we jump into this, I have one story.
Go on, let's go for it.
So outside the Astoria, my friend John gets to the gig early. It was Dragon Force, weirdly. Like,
nice.
I'm not a big Dragon Force fan so much, but like, you know,
who loves a solo?
Yeah, exactly. So John turns up, standing in front of the crew pretty much with a guy called Bidley, who I now know as a friend, right? But a guy who's come down from Cambridge to a gig. They're standing with each other for literally 6-7 hours at the front of the queue at the Astoria. I turn up last minute, jump the queue, get in front with them because I'm a cunt, you know what I mean? And like this Bidley dude took a photo of me, pissed out of his face, okay? My friend John throws a beer bottle up in the sky because he's fucked out of his face, but they've been drinking for 6-7 hours. As the security guy walks past, smashes by his feet, he's like, who threw that? Grabs my friend John, takes him out the queue, right? Puts him to the back, so I've stolen his spot. Fucking hilarious. John, we then give him a baseball hat. We put my long trench coat on him.
I love the fact you're wearing a trench coat. So goth.
We sneak him in through the venue, right? We get down to the front because we're literally the first people in, which I hate being the front in gigs. I'm more of a stand at the back and drink and do whatever, especially smoke back in those days as well. Anyway, so we find out the security guard, who's the guy that chucked him out, is directly in front of us, working the stage. My friend John's like, hello, mate. And the guy tries to jump the barrier as John disappears into the crowd. It's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Fucking absolute banter, mate. But the next day, I got a message from that guy, Bidley. He woke up sent me a text going, why the fuck is it your face that's on the background of my phone? So yeah, it's a weird one, which led to a kind of lifetime friendship like with these guys. You know, it's lovely how you meet these randoms at shows and stuff.
Yeah, and then you meet the same at wrestling. And then this is during time with Progress, because Progress Wrestling, we've covered it because we were invited to go and cover it at Wembley as part of their media scrums and everything, which was very cool of them to do it.
They've been very cool to us, yeah.
And this is a time period of Progress which I absolutely loved. I know we've been a little bit critical of Progress recently because, again, it prided itself on homegrown Brit Rest, no imports. And on this card, there were 2 imports, one of which was Tommy End.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, I hadn't thought about the terms of the imports, but yeah, no, it's pretty much British guys the whole way through this, isn't it?
Yeah, British guys and girls all the way through.
It's great, yeah.
And this Progress fans, it's like, I liken it to ECW. Well, no, as in the fans' mentality towards it. It's, if you say anything even slightly negative about Progress, they are on you. If you have an opinion that's mildly negative about Progress, they are always willing to defend the product to the hilt. They will, even if the thought is probably accurate and agreed by most people, the hardened Progress fan will be like, no, I don't believe you. This is what's best for this angle. I remember an exchange on Twitter after the Wembley about Dragunov losing to Pete Dunne.
Right.
And basically saying,
terrible.
He should have just run through Pete Dunne. They could have pushed this guy as a monster. And a couple of guys on Twitter were like, no, you're wrong. Pete Dunne needed to go. He needs to do this because to keep the relationship with WWE going. It's like, no, because they can't. They need heels.
Yeah.
They need good heels. And I appreciate everyone's entitled to an opinion, but my God, they were so angry that someone's like, no, Pete Dunne must have beaten Dragunov. But this time period of the wrestling, the storytelling, Havoc being out for a year, man. And to do just under 2,500 for a Brit Rest show.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Lovely.
That was the big thing about this, is that I remember sitting with you in the crowd going, just look around. Think about 5 years ago.
3 people in like a leisure centre.
We're not joking.
Yeah.
I've literally watched like the reborn of the Hammerlock shows, actually. I was in, when they tried to revamp it like years later, there was a cage match between John Ryan and Jimmy Havoc, I think, and I must have watched that with 15 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember going to IPW shows, which is the biggest indie in the UK at the time, with less than 50 people. You know what I mean? And for them
it's good their crowd numbers have improved.
For Progress, in such a short time, to pull this amount of people, I remember sitting with you and just being like, just look around, what's happened? Isn't this fucking incredible? Just take it in for a second, because a lot of the time you go to these shows and you don't really take in what you're experiencing. You're just there to watch the wrestling.
Yeah.
You know? And this was a magical just moment in time for British wrestling and Progress.
So this was brilliant. So the layout of the venue, it was basically all the seats facing the ring. So there were a couple of, I think maybe 5 or 6 rows leading to like the entranceway.
Yeah.
But everything else was facing the ring, and even up on the balcony or so, the seated tickets, if you were watching a concert at Brixton, just looking down on the ring. And whilst I was really happy with where we were sat, it would have been quite cool possibly to go up to that top balcony just to look down to see if the visual of everything.
Yeah. It's always the thing with wrestling, show, football, whatever. It's the choice of either you're down in the front where you might miss some of the action because people's heads in the way, whatever it is. But you get the experience of being in a thrall of people almost, or you're up where you can actually see what's happening, and maybe the experience isn't quite as immersive as you might like it to be. I'm definitely in the latter stages of my life, so I'm like, let's go sit at the back somewhere. But, at this time, it was nice to be down there, I think.
It's how I am now with bands.
Yeah, sure.
It's a case of I'd rather sit and watch than be pushed about and have beer and other thrown over me.
Because we're old fucks, basically.
We are very old.
So, as you said, the attendance is around 2,400 people. There's no specific attendance anywhere online, but this is what they keep putting on commentary and such. Commentary, Callum Leslie, Glenn Joseph, and the legend that is RJ Singh. How was it to commentate his match the other day?
Absolutely outstanding. RJ Singh was the first match I actually did commentary on, ever.
Cool.
It was RJ Singh versus Will Power.
Awesome.
As the Southeast Superman.
Nice.
And so to be able to commentate again on RJ Singh was brilliant. But RJ Singh on commentary, I know he wants to be in ring, but when he hangs up his boots, I mean, he's got to be front of the queue for every promotion because he was really good.
When we went to Wembley, Callum Leslie was lovely to us. He stopped, he talked to us, he was on the podcast. Like, go back and listen to that in the archives. You want to see our experience of walking around backstage at Wembley for Progress's next massive show after this. I love his commentary. I think he's really good. Glenn Joseph gets a bad rep from some people. I think he's brilliant. I love his expression. I love the way he gets impassioned about the product. Those two, rewatching this show, they pale in comparison to RJ's insight.
Yeah.
He is so fucking good. Every single time I'm thinking about some sort of narrative that they're trying to do in the ring, RJ's picking it up. He's emphasizing that. He's not screaming, shouting, but he's going, oh my God! Like, he's really impassioned. I mean, I know he's part of the crew almost because he works for you guys and all that sort of stuff, but beyond any sort of bias, like, fucking hell, I really, really appreciate listening to him, watching this back.
His ability to analyze a match is outstanding, and that's one of the things I think a lot of Brit Rest sometimes lacks now, because if you don't have someone who's been in the ring, and this is why I think, in all seriousness, why, to start with, how Corey Graves was so good on commentary and how Matt Stryker was quite good on his analysis side of things.
Yeah.
Because they've experienced it and they can tell what the other performers are trying to go through. Similar thing as you said to Matt when we started doing a few shows for OWE. You wanted to do some trading so you know what each move felt like, so what to experience to be able to convey that to the audience. But RJ Singh is phenomenal at this. And I think, as you said, with Callum Leslie and Glenn Joseph on commentary, as a 3-man booth, which I've never been a fan of, no one talked over each other. Everyone had their defined roles. Glenn's passion for the product comes through so well. And again, it's just, if you'd even muted the in-ring and the crowd, you'd still be able to follow the waves and the journey and the ups and downs of it just through the 3 tones of voice and how they told the stories in the ring.
Absolutely, yeah. I will say, this is a running theme throughout this show. I have issues with Briley's editing. So John Briley, I believe, is the person that's edited every single Progress show ever. I remember back in the day watching my first ever Progress show and immediately sending them a message going, I'm a professional video editor. I would love to help you out on this. Like, I don't want to be your editor, but can I give you some advice? And the message I got back was, we do everything in-house. We're punk rock. Fuck off, basically. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Totally get it. Your choice.
In fairness, you've never had a positive interaction with Briley on Twitter.
Never.
Like when you suggested, because when we started trying after this show, we're like, oh, we should go to more ballroom shows. And we tried and could never get tickets.
Yeah.
And then you sent a message to him, I think, on Twitter saying, would it be ever advantageous or would you ever consider moving
very gently
to a bigger venue? Because obviously it means a bigger payday for you guys, a bigger payday for the boys. And his response again was pretty much like, fuck off.
Yeah, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? And like, fine, it's your product. You can do whatever you want. I totally get that. Yeah. It is yours,
And to be fair, they've built it from where they've got.
What they at this time, especially promoting as punk rock attitude, I take as fuck off attitude. That's not punk rock. punk rock's grassroots and immersive and wants everyone to be a part of it, and it's like willing, you know what I mean?
But I think,
to me at least, but whatever.
But I suppose
this is me getting picky.
That's fine. But flipping the coin the other side, obviously, as we try to do on the podcast, give it like a view from both sides of things.
Yeah.
To be able to get from no wrestling shows ran in London in 2012.
Yeah, that rubs me up the wrong way all the time.
But
there's literally a company called LDN that ran in London. RQW were running York Hall every fucking week to no people, but there was no wave of wrestling. You know what I mean?
Sorry, did you just refer to LDN as a wrestling company?
They're called London. But I know, like, I'm a Londoner. I used to go to fucking wrestling shows in London. There used to be lucha shows at the Roundhouse. There was all sorts going on in London. This is fucking nonsense. This whole, there wasn't any indie wrestling until Progress came along. Like, fuck off, was there? In London specifically.
But take that out of the mix for the time being.
Apologies again. Carry on.
We're going to get a lot of this around the show, aren't we, collectively?
There's moments of it, yeah. I'm trying not to just do that the whole show. But
I think their process of thought in some of these interactions, because obviously they're going to have people who want to get involved and do things, because I know, for example, through messaging Jim a couple of times,
it must be frustrating as hell.
Yeah. I've got, I'd like to audition for this, could you watch this tape? I'd like to audition if there's ever an availability, and they probably get that like tenfold a day. And I can imagine through Briley probably doing it by himself then at the time as a full-time job. They're probably like, well, we've got to where we are doing it how we're doing it. It's not broken, don't fix it.
Sure, totally understand.
But as you said, there's I'd assume now quite a few of them are involved in WWE. The message channel would now be, thank you very much for your input, but we handle everything in-house. Thanks for supporting the product. Move on.
Yeah, fine, exactly. It's just, as a video editor, what I've done since I've been 18, I'm 21, like, professionally, you know what I mean? I'm now 33. I was probably at the time, what was this, 2016? So it's only a few years back, so I've got a lot of experience on my belt. It's watching their shows, I see very, very simple things they could do that would make it less frustrating to watch, you know? I don't think other people get frustrated by this as much as me, but it's that I see little things and I don't want to watch it because I'm like, well, that's really annoying. I wish I could hear what he's saying in the ring. You know what I mean? Jim Smallman is a great MC. And there'd be shows where you'd be like, you're like, dude, if you just compressed that audio and took out the bass, it would sound fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 steps, dude. It's not like miracle or magic or anything, you know? It's simple shit like that. It's like, just let me explain a few things to you, you know? Like
exactly. And there's people who are wanting to do things. And I think by and large, through the budget that they've had, the production values that they get, especially for a show that size, because considering when they used to doing stuff at the Ballroom at this time, because I don't think they'd even done any shows outside of Ballroom at this stage, had they?
Well, they started at the Garage.
Yeah, sorry, I mean outside of London.
Yeah,
they hadn't done any of their bigger venues, hadn't done like Ritz up in Manchester.
I don't know, I'd have to look at the list, but maybe they might have done 1 or 2.
But with the equipment that they've got available to them and the budget they had available to them to start with, I think what they've managed to achieve is
very admirable.
Very
There's
good.
a reason I wanted to contribute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe interfere, some people would say it, you know what I mean? But I could see what there was. I remember that logo floating around on social media and being like, maybe let's check this out one day. But I was intently following RevPro at the time because they were down in our local area.
Yeah.
I was intently
watching. Updating their website at the time.
Well, I wish they would. But like, you know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, it's still probably dated 2016 at the moment.
Oh, yeah. But there's like, you become loyal to what you enjoy almost. And I really enjoyed a lot of what they were doing at the time. There was good storytelling. It was kind of the end of that IPW phrase where they got rid of that fucking pedophile. You know, they carried on doing their good stuff.
Who's re-emerged on Twitter and David Starr called him
Saw
out.
That, yeah. No, fuck that guy. What a nonce. Anyway, so let's carry on with the show, right? Because we're getting into this. There's 26 minutes in already. So this is free on Progress's YouTube channel. You can go watch it now. I'd encourage you to go sign up for Demand Progress. Give it a look. Like, they've got some really good stuff on there. Really, really good.
That's how we covered AAW as well, and all the other bits on there. There's like Lucha Forever on there.
Yep.
Perfect.
Great subscription service. Works brilliantly.
I'd say probably
most of the time
for the content that you get on there, it's probably the best value out of all the other Pivot Share on demand bits. With the amount of promotions
there's a lot out there
got.
now, but I'd agree with you. There is lots of good stuff. It's cheap as chips. Go try it for a month, see what you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, stick with it. If you don't, whatever, it's fine. We're not here to promote their fucking services. You know what I mean? So we were there live, as we talked about. We talked about our experiences a little bit. The one thing we haven't talked about is you had to leave.
Yeah, I had to leave after the Ciampa Zack Sabre Jr. to go up to Birmingham.
So it was after, so you did see that match.
I deliberately wanted to stay. I missed 2 other trains I was supposed to get because it was overrunning because of, as we'll get to, past Pasta and Seb.
Yeah.
Which, unsurprisingly, has been edited from the YouTube footage.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, so I had to catch up on the 8-man and the main event after the event. So, because it overran so much, I had to go to Birmingham. So I had a meeting at 8 o'clock the next morning. So I had to get on the train up from London to Birmingham.
I remember you going, I'm going to have to leave at some point. And me going like, people always say that. He'll be here till the end. And then you actually left and I was like, oh shit, my day's gone.
I mean, as a consummate professional of rocking up to the Brixton Academy Punk Rock Pro Wrestling with all of my corporate gear to go up to my meeting and putting my suitcase in the storage, and the lady looked at me and went, "This is a bag exchange." I was like, "Yeah, can I put my suitcase in here though?"
You got to do what you've got to do, you know, like the commitment to pro wrestling as well. I absolutely love it, mate. So we did the classic thing. This is the best tip for anyone going to a show at Brixton. If you don't like where you're standing or sitting, right, and you want to go stand at the back, the side where the toilets are has the best view because it's risen, okay? And the greatest thing about that is that if security come along to you and try and move you on, you go, no, my mate's just in the loo. So you just sit down there waiting. We did that at least twice during this show. So yeah, it's a fucking great tip if you're ever in this particular venue or whatever. Let's quickly talk about it. How did the atmosphere feel to you walking in the building?
I mean, everyone was pumped. Considering when we were queuing outside and you had people like Mark Andrews walking up and down trying to sell merch, and it was like, this is the Brit Rest hustle I like.
Yeah.
Getting people to buy T-shirts in the queue so there's no cash to the Academy or cash to... Because even shouting going, there's card charges, and if you buy merch on the merch stand, Brixton take a cut, so buy our merch from our carrier bag right now. And I was like, yes.
That was great.
Mark.
Hilarious stuff.
Top work.
Brixton's one of those great ones that you queue down the side of the venue and around the back. I remember actually when we did the Baymouth one, it came all the way around, did a whole loop, so it got really confusing. But the venues, the locker room venues, are all above where the fans are queuing, and so occasionally you can look up and see like a Dave Mastiff sticking their head out or something, or Chino Marino or whatever it may be back in the day. So
I love the fact you link Chino Marino and Dave Mastiff
there's
together.
The two people I saw do it, you know what I mean? So it's what it is. What do you think about the production level live? So the seats, the lighting, where the ring was initially for your view and everything?
I think for how the venue was, the ring had to be where it was.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no other way they could do it.
It's basically where the stage would have been. They took out the stage and put that in with some seats around it. Only a few, but then really the mass of people are all on one side of the ring, the front, the hard cam side, you know?
Seating-wise, as always, as we found with when we've been to Ali Pali as well, the seating layout is not great.
It's about as good as they could have done, to be fair to them.
For what they've got. My favourite part still, though, with all these seats, and as we see later when TK Cooper comes out, is they've interlocked all the chairs together. So when he went to go and pick one up, like the whole row started coming. It's like,
it's funny, yeah.
It's fine, but again, as we are slightly larger chaps, if you are in a seat that's stuck next to the other one, you're then spending a lot of the time like pulling your shoulders in for a lot of it.
Sure, yeah.
But they need to get people in. And there was a demand for the tickets to do it.
It was, I remember it feeling electric walking in. Just everyone was so ecstatic that a British professional wrestling company had done this in the South. Like ICW had done it before. They'd done the Hydro, which is about the same sort of size. So we knew it was possible. But to see someone do it in London was like such a moment. It felt like everywhere you turned, there was a different accent. There's people from across the country and Britain that had come down to be there for this moment.
And even the guys who'd come over from Italy.
Yeah, sure.
As well.
The Canadians that Jim calls out later in the event and stuff. You know, it felt like a real brilliant international, everyone coming together to support this one concept. You know what I mean? I remember being so happy just being there and be like, it's happening. Look at it. British wrestling is competing with the WWE.
And in fairness, that was exactly the same thing as when we went to Ali Pali and Wembley.
Sure.
In fairness, for Progress's big shows, the atmosphere and the lead up to it is electric.
Yeah.
It's such a good thing to immerse yourself in.
Yeah, great. It was just really good. Really, really good. So,
hype package to start.
Yeah, well, we get the don't steal our shit thing to start.
You wouldn't steal Ginny's bag and start a facial expression.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Like I remember seeing this first time, you're like, what? But then it becomes like, so familiarity.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame they don't do it anymore, to be honest. Like, I really loved it. I like done versions of it to keep that gimmick going. There's something about familiarity. There's a reason the UFC still use the same fucking music every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just works. Anyway, they should go back to the old belts. The new UFC belts are fucking ugly. But anyway.
God, they're shit.
They're really ugly, aren't they? They're terrible. So it ends with, so don't be a dick. If only Briley took that advice, but Jesus. I had to chuck it in. I'm just joking. So
we're never going to get invited back, and I'm never going to get booked.
The second, I think, of the started from the bottom, now we're here video packages.
Oh, Travis.
It's great,
Chris
isn't it?
Travis.
Immediately,
God.
the live reaction to Chris Travis was just like, because he just died previous to this, wasn't it? And everyone just popped and started applauding, and there was people in tears. I remember looking around, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, it was so important.
God bless you, Chris Travis.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of star filters on this. I'm a bit like, that's not great.
But they started from the bottom, and now they are here.
Yeah, there's some overproduced spot filter tricolor stuff going on, but the party atmosphere in the video and in the live crowd was so great. They could have put anything on that fucking screen. You know, it would have worked at this point almost, you know? So cut live into Brixton. Jim leaning on the far side of the ring. A wobbly ass pan across the crowd shows our faces. The fans are chanting, "This is progress," loud as fuck. There's not a single person in that crowd not chanting.
Yeah.
It's incredible. When like crowds come together like this, it's like, you know, goosebumps.
And watching back on demand, I thought when I was there, I thought nothing's going to top this reaction. But seeing what occurred later, even watching it at home, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, there's a moment. That's
which
maybe
we'll
one of the
get
biggest pops ever.
Yeah.
Progress, yeah. So, da-dum, da-dum, da, do-do-do-do. The whole fucking crowd singing along to Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Because copyright doesn't matter on Pivot Share.
Fucking A. I love the Progress at this time we're paying for the copyright issues. Like, it's a complex process in that you don't pay a set fee. You use the music, and then you pay however many people watch the show.
Yeah.
Which can be very expensive if you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, don't put it on your YouTube for free.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I wonder how much this cost them to do it, because I've looked into how it works and such, and it can be very fucking expensive. What are you trying to say about the number of strikes
we've had on YouTube for using things?
There's licensing options out there, but again, like, props for Progress for using all this copyrighted music, because it makes this so much fun. Like, the fact that you get familiarized with those songs and stuff, like, I know why people can't do it now, but like, Jesus Christ, when Progress pay for this music, it's brilliant. They occasionally do it in Ali Pally still.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. So Jim enters the ring. The crowd pops absolutely massively for him. Our Barter Adams on the ring apron doing the social media. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Jim is genuinely gobsmacked at the whole process of what's happening and how they've managed to get here. It's heartwarming to see his reaction.
I'd love the fact, though, if it's all an act and he's like backstage like, only 2,400. Fucking hell, we should have done more.
I mean, his years of stand-up experience.
Yeah.
You never know. Like, you've got to be able to be that person in front of that crowd and do the right things so they respond to you, you know? But it feels genuine. But absolutely feels genuine.
They eat it up. Yeah. And the number of people who get into, like, ring announcing and try and replicate and try and be a Jim Smallman. And please don't take this as a knock, ring announcers out there. There's a reason why Jim Smallman gets the reaction he does, because he can pull it off. Doing this blasé doesn't work for all crowds.
No, absolutely not. There's times during this event where I'm like, okay, just get to the next match. Come on. But like, you know, it's their thing. It's their staple.
Yeah,
works.
But and it must be flattering to see it. But I sometimes think you see under these smaller shows where people try and be that guy.
Yeah,
and it just falls on its ass.
Yeah. There's potential to be something similar. But yeah, I've seen it a few times with other people. It's a bit shit, isn't it? So he starts with going, "Hello, everybody." Doesn't do the higher. I'm like, that hasn't happened yet.
Is that why you say, "Hello, everybody, welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast" at the beginning?
No, I say it because of Dr. Nick from The Simpsons.
Hello, everybody.
You know, yeah, so it's funny. And also, Tell 'em Steve, they have a podcast I really like. Every time the guy introduces it, he goes, "Hello, everybody," just really calmly and doesn't give a fuck. So Jim continues, "What utterly fucking bizarre thing this is," and I couldn't agree more. It's just perfect. Immediately, some prick in the crowd tries to chant, "This is progress," and I'm like, "It begins." Like, shut up. We're doing the fucking show now. Jim does his religious experience promo and shouts, "This is progress" at the end of it. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Jim does some more talking. I think, you must be done by this point, but no, he carries on and toasts everyone. About 2,000 pints of beer get lifted into the air.
And 1 bottle of water.
They do the whole "it's your round" thing. One rule of progress, and that rule is this.
Don't be a dick.
Buy merchandise. Amazon.com. Okay. Jim introduces the announce team, Callum and RJ. Absolutely love them, as we talked about earlier. Jim chats about the Atlas Championship, 205 plus pounds, a.k.a. Big Lads Wrestling. Jim introduces Glenn, who brings out the Atlas strap. Holy shit, is that a gorgeous belt.
Such a shame they've retired it.
I loved this idea. I think they ran out of big boys.
Well, that's literally it. there's not enough big lads to be able to have an Atlas division because everyone's below 205.
It's such a shame, man, because this was such a great concept. We have guys like Volta, Rampage, Joe Coffey, whatever, like coming through.
At Ali Pali when we had Thatcher, Walter, and that other guy who doesn't wear shoes.
That feud was fucking amazing with all those boys over the couple of years they did that. Jesus Christ, it was good. So the crowd randomly boos. Oh, Chris Roberts here. I love this gimmick.
The king of the destroyer, Chris Roberts.
That was so good. Live, that was amazing.
It's nice, though, again, at all these big shows that referees end up getting some iconic spots, in inverted commas.
Sure. But the fact that Jim's always surprised, like, why are you booing? They're like, oh, Chris Roberts is getting in the ring to referee. Yeah, hilarious gimmick. Years of stand-up really made Jim a special MC. I'll put it just to emphasize that point.
I mean, Matt Richards is going to do a fantastic job going forward from Chapter 101, but I think that, he's going to have to be, it's going to be a completely different atmosphere to start with. Different good, different bad, time will tell. But
he needs to not try and be Jim Smallman. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Really.
I like Matt Richards, obviously through the interactions I had with him on social media and also through his commentary as well. I think he's going to be it's going to be a different viewpoint, which I think is going to be quite interesting to see where progress goes after Chapter 100.
I'm a fan. Yeah. Fine with it. Absolutely fine.
Or as he's currently under as the Halloween thing, Bat Richards.
You and your fucking Halloween gimmicks. So
I don't have any Halloween gimmicks.
It's the time for me to rise to my feet. The fucking hate breed. And I'm like, yeah, I love hardcore.
This is now.
So fucking good, man. So Progress Atlas title tournament final. That's hard to say. Joe Coffey versus Rampage Brown to crown the first ever Atlas champion.
Two very, very good bruiser talents.
Yeah.
Which one are you? I mean, are you Rampage or Coffey?
Watching this back, I have more appreciation for Coffey working. He does so much stuff. Like, he's very precise in what he's doing in the ring, how he's doing it, like throwing his arm around to show he's like winding up, preparing, all this sort of stuff. The way he works the crowd, really good. Wasn't a fan at the time. Rampage is one of those old school guys that I love in British wrestling that I think deserves more of a chance if he wants to push it further.
Well, because he was in the Honor Tour, wasn't he, recently? He was at ROH this week, I think.
Good. Glad he's still out there working and stuff, because I feel he's one of those guys that helped build Progress. And whether he decided not to come down anymore, whether it was a discussion or whatever, I feel like they kind of let him down a little bit, is what it feels like to me as an outsider.
And he did all right on World of Sport as the main heel leading up to Justin Saenz and taking the belt as well. Sure. So he did a good job and part of the wrestling agency now. So
you're the guy that watched World of Sport. Okay, good.
I just found it on Twitter.
So Coffey coming out to his rip-off Iron Man is totally cringe for me. Like, I know
I've seen the best version of Iron Man performed at Brixton Academy, but it was not by Black Sabbath. It was performed by Electric Eel Shock.
Okay, love that band. Yeah, that's fine.
You're a bastard!
Have you seen Sabbath live?
No.
I have.
I bet it's quite the experience.
Download the last time they played with Bill on drums.
Nice.
Oh my God. There was a hippie dancing around a fire through the vast majority of their show, and I remember sitting there going, I'm in the fucking 70s. This is amazing. When they kicked into War Pigs, I'm just like, this is a dream come true. Like, I've seen Maiden there. I've seen like a bunch of massive bands there. Never seen AC/DC still, which was a massive letdown for me. I love AC/DC. But seeing Sabbath at Donington was just incredible. Anyway, so but the da 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 da, I'm like, oh no.
You need to embrace it and just go, oh, this is WCW.
Oh.
We just played the riff slightly different.
Were closer, like anyway. Fans almost make this cool though by singing along.
Yeah.
The whole crowd singing the proper Iron Man song. You're like, this is fucking great. So, editing, right? Little details start to annoy me around here, okay? There's an ink splatter title that pops up for the wrestlers, okay? But then there's a crappy corporate-looking stock blocks title for the commentary team. And it's like, this is not Punk. This is amateur. Like, you've taken two random titles and just stuck them on. They don't fade in. They don't animate. Like, this is the little stuff that really starts to bug me about Progress. It's not consistent either.
Yeah, but again...
In this time,
yeah.
Yeah.
In fairness, the block and credits at the end, I still think are on the shows now.
Okay, really? All right. So the match starts great. Exciting strikes and power moves. Commentary talking a million miles an hour because they're obviously very excited at this point. Strike exchange and power slam on the floor. Rampage rolls to the outside. Robert starts to count him out. Robert says 1 and the fans go 2. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this. Fuck. This used to drive me absolutely. This is the first thing about Progress fans that I was just like, oh, I can't watch it anymore. The referee's like 1, and they're like 2, and he goes 2, and they're like 3. Why? Why is this a thing?
Because they think Roberts can't count. They're helping him out.
What was this? Did anyone ever explain why they say the number after?
To try and confuse, because they hope Roberts goes 1, 3, 2, and that's funny.
When it never fucking works.
I mean,
why would you continue to do it every show? I remember Jim on his podcast had a thing like, let's just stop doing that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, thank fucking God, because they listened to him. You know what I mean? This is the worst thing in the world, isn't it?
Well, there's not probably been an episode of this podcast that's gone by that we've not said about some certain wrestling chants. So I know, you're a fan of this match schedule for 1-4-1-4, and everyone quite likes that. I really don't like that.
Okay, I see it as like a little bit of joining in or whatever. But when it's just counting the number after,
no,
whatever.
On the plus point though, it's good to see that people have that level of insight to count to at least 7, but also don't know the number 1. Yeah, why don't they call 1 first?
I love the whole classic counting along with the referee thing.
Yeah,
that used to happen. You know?
Yeah, do it, and the counting of the punches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine if I'm punching someone in a corner and someone goes 3? I'm going, I've lost count.
Strikes, headbutts, both lads sell ×3. They do it over and over and over again. Samoan drop off Brett's throat by Rampage. It looks fucking great. Pile driver from Rampage. Coffee kicks out.
Don't kick out the pile driver, Coffee.
After commentary have spent a bunch of the match saying how no one kicks out of the pile driver, Rampage hits another pile driver for the 1-2-3. They're like, I remember watching this match going, this is an opener. Can you stay in the fucking ring, please? Because there was lots down the front. There's a big gap between the audience and the thing. And the big first exchange, the typical Japanese heavyweight, let's throw forearms and elbows and stuff at each other, is on the floor.
On the mats.
So I didn't fucking see it.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I remembered from watching it live to watching it back on the on-demand service or on YouTube now. The splashes. When I watched it live, I thought, they look like a heap of shit. But watching it on the on-demand, I was like, they definitely look better from that angle.
Cool.
So well done on the editing on that standpoint.
Live, it felt like this is 2 guys trying to work a heavyweight style that don't know how to work an audience this big. If they put it in the most brutal way possible.
I wondered if it was more a case of, because everyone's supposed to be doing the one-upsmanship, I thought it was a case of going, right, we're going to go and set the bar, beat that. But I think they put so much effort into trying to make it this has to be match of the night candidate, as opposed to, we're going to win the Atlas belt and do like hoss wrestling.
Yeah. Imagine if they put one of the more high spot 3-person, 6-person, 4-person matches here, and then put this as the end of the first half.
Yeah.
I think the crowd would have been much more appreciative of what they were doing.
Yeah, I think so. Although, in fairness, they might have thought, while the crowd is still so hyped, to get this, if it's going to be a bit of a slower, a bit more of a sluggy encounter.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't think the positioning's right. This is very much a show of 2 halves as well. The first half is a little slow.
That seems, I mean, looking at some other reviews of this show at the time and also looking back at them now, that does seem to be the general consensus.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like when we went to Wembley, where it was very much like good matches throughout, but it was very much a 1-match card, Wembley.
Sure, yeah.
Because, as we said before, like Tyler Bate and Walter made that show phenomenal.
Yeah, we all knew what was coming at the end. Yeah. And everyone was kind of exhausted by that point, but the crowd reactions are insane. Yeah. And when you can do that, that's a special match, a special moment. So the winner and first ever Atlas champion, Rampage Brown, greatly deserved, helped build the company, much respect, really fun. I enjoyed the match watching it back.
Really nice to have a belt, because again, if you are not familiar with the Progress product, the tag title you'll see later is a Shield. Not the Shield. They don't have like mini Roman Reigns like Moxley and Rolling Stones clever and the staff.
Yeah, the yin yang foam things are weird, and they had the staff originally, what's referred to as the Nazi staff by some of the fans because it has a big eagle on it.
I mean, it's nice to try and do something different, but when you see things like the Progress belt and the Atlas title, they've got some pretty belts.
Hell yeah. Let's just skip over the most recent one, shall we? The purple upside down yellowy thing.
But we had a nice nautical video package before the Rumble.
That was so weird.
It reminds me
watching it the first time and going, what? So they got a boat. They got access to a boat. Okay, fair enough.
I wonder if that inspired NWA Power with Aaron Stevens having tropical pirates.
Haven't watched it.
Oh,
it's great.
The best thing about the clocks going back, other than the fact that my child woke up at 3:15.
Everything's an hour earlier for a bit. Yeah.
10 o'clock, I got to watch Power before going to bed.
I missed the whole of AEW Dark and I ended up watching it back because I was like, oh shit, it started at 11 rather than 12. Anyway, So the two lads hug post match. I'm like, oh really? First match in?
Oh no.
Like, I know this is two faces essentially working each other, which is again a bit of a mistake in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love heel face dynamic more, but it is what it is. You can see they're going for. It just didn't work in the venue live. I remember like the crowd weren't really into it, and you can see it watching back. Like they're appreciative because I think they're happy to be there more than anything.
And happy with the Rampage result. It's a sign of respect for Rampage.
Yeah,
as
sure.
You said.
So post-match, Jim does more talking and introduces the I'm skipping over the segments. They are good, but whatever. 6-person tag team match of the heels of Alex Windsor, Dahlia Black, and the legend that is Ginny, with TK Cooper accompanying Dahlia Black. Fucking hell, he's a good valet, isn't he?
Oh my god, wearing
brilliant
dungaree shorts, what a cunt!
God, he was great at this time. so funny. So funny. So easy to hate, brilliant. But this is the faces, sorry, I should do the match for you. The faces of Laura Di Matteo, who's coming off the
break faction with Ginny.
Breaking up.
Yeah.
Nixon Newell, god damn, she's gorgeous. And Pollyanna, who's fucking great as well. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Dahlia Black and Pollyanna aren't around anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Dahlia Black, it just, even with like TK Cooper and the early South Pacific Power Trip.
Yeah.
What an obnoxious faction they were. Like TK and Dahlia together was amazing. Yeah. It just made it was disgustingly brilliant. I don't like seeing Ronda Rousey suck face of the idiot Travis Brown. But I loved watching
Dahlia and TK are fine, So the SPPC, South Pacific Power couple at this point, in their make-out while TK stares at the camera and they do sexy time in the ring phase. Fucking crazy.
Jim's reaction to sexy time in the ring was he's like,
oh, that's disgusting. Ginny. My God, the heat this woman has produced at this point. She's only like a year or two into the business. She's one of the best wrestlers on this whole fucking card.
Well, did you see the pop she got recently returning?
No, I didn't.
Mate.
I don't watch their shows now.
Right, so Tony Storm and I think it was Danny Luca had their match for the winner would go on to face Miko at the Next Progress show.
Right, cool, for the belt, yeah.
Yeah. Tony Storm lost, but then...
I saw that, yeah.
And then you saw who came out afterwards?
Was it Ginny?
Ginny Havoc.
Oh, Ginny Havoc.
Yes.
She's trained by Jimmy, so it's like brilliant.
So she's proper
with the mask and the
long coat, heels.
So
mate.
cool. I'm going to have to check this out now.
Yeah.
So TK bops along to Ginny's music in the corner. I'm like, God damn, you're funny.
Some of them, and again, the entrance music, I'm really into every single one of these ladies' entrance music.
Nixon coming out to B-Star Witched.
B-Star Witch.
C'est la vie.
I think you'll find it CS Life.
I pop so hard. I love the copyright music, man.
What I like most
doesn't exist in London. Sorry, I had to get
let's say 2,320 men and 40 women all singing along to Sailor V.
Fucking
grown-ass men.
It's all our childhood, you know what I mean? It's old enough that we were all like, yeah, I remember that came out. I remember my young cousin Tom being a huge Bewitched fan and turning up to me like, I'm listening to punk rock at this stuff, but he's like a year or two younger than me. And I remember literally within a year, he was like, oh yeah, D12 hoodie. And I'm like, well played, mate. There you go.
I mean, clearly after Blame It on the Weatherman, B-Star Witched just basically went off the wagon. Oh, Blame It on the Weatherman. That was a beautiful Christmas song.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
The video was amazing.
Fair enough.
It's like Narnia.
There we go. So Pollyanna's techno Game of Thrones theme. I totally forgot about this, but I popped hard for it.
I believe her name is Polly fucking Anna.
There you go. Some dude is hugging and kissing their hands as they make their entrances. I'm like, that's surreal. There's a guy out the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very involved in the show. That guy. I don't know whether he has issues or whatever, but like, yeah, he's in there. Yeah, he's certainly around. But he seems totally innocent. Like, give him his due, but
there's not some of this other stuff we've seen, like men reach across and tapping women's bums as they go over the barricade.
Piece of shit. Who the fuck does that? You know what I mean?
Me.
Scumbags. What? I know you wouldn't. You're way too nice.
I'd go for boob.
Some side boobs. There's some pretty solid feuds in this match. I really enjoy Progress's booking at this time as well. TK as the valet, as we talked about, is absolutely hilarious. So as the match progresses, Ginny does the Stars Clash to Di Matteo for 2. Gets a huge pop from the crowd because they're like, oh wait, you're actually going to do the Stars Clash?
Yeah, because when she held her down, they were like, what's she doing?
Yeah, and then she
put the legs over and they're like, oh my God.
Just that moment gets that reaction from someone else's move. Really interesting moment in the match. So the crowd pop for this. Nixon does a massive comeback as the match goes on. I have a type and she's it. So Pollyanna does cool shit because she's an amazing wrestler. I wish she'd come back. Like, Do you know her backstory and why she doesn't want to be wrestling anymore?
I know that she was embroiled in the early Edler issues.
It's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Like, we can skip over it, I think. If she has a story to tell, I'm sure she'd be willing to tell it or has told it on Twitter.
But it's such a shame because she would have been...
It wasn't Edler, it was someone else.
Yeah.
But she basically had an abusive relationship, whatever it may be. Maybe relationship's the wrong word, but yeah, like, I'm just disgusted by the whole fucking situation.
But she was phenomenal. And in a time where, again, even in 2016, where women's wrestling wasn't overly popular, people like her, Ginny, and early Toni Storm, good God, they put it on the map and allowed some other fantastic women like Nixon to be able to then step up and be noticed.
Nixon, Dahlia, and people like that coming through, really, really cool. So, malfunction at the junction. TK ends up punching Dahlia. Hilarious, man. He smacked her so fucking hard. Really cool that like a couple can work like this. You see Dahlia's personality and how she is, and you can do it. So she'll be like, "You better fucking punch me." You know what I mean? Great
she was
stuff.
Really good when she wants commentary in Progress as well. I really enjoyed Dahlia's commentary.
Really enjoyed
Top draw.
Guys, she's retired. She's just moved back to New Zealand recently. So like,
I blame you, TK.
Let's pass by that.
You and Mambo. Mambo's love affair.
But like, I'm gutted she's not a part of our scene anymore.
Yeah.
But hopefully she'll get involved in New Zealand, Australia. There's a really good scene down there, kind of with the Japanese guys coming through and everything else as well. Like, there's good stuff going on around there. So hopefully she'll continue to be involved.
But it would be amazing to have Pollyanna come back.
Yeah, I absolutely adore her. I would love her to be on there. But hopefully she's found peace somewhere.
Did you ever meet her? Have you ever had any interaction with Pollyanna?
I try not to interact with professional wrestlers I don't know personally, because like heroes, you don't want to meet them and stuff, you know.
A couple of times at merch tables leading up to this, the most approachable, friendly, taking time with every fan. Like, you know, sometimes you see wrestlers, like when we went to IPW and you saw people just chatting at James Storm, and it was a bit like, can you move along? Someone else might buy a t-shirt.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas Pollyanna was engaging with everyone. There's some girl who stood there for like 15 minutes and there was a queue of people behind her, and it's like, well, that's the interval. Pollyanna sold no t-shirts.
That's excessive, but lovely.
Yeah.
You know, really, really lovely. So Ginny fucks up Laura Di Matteo with an X Factor off of Brett's throat.
Oh my God, yes.
Holy shit, the stiff bastard for the 1, 2, 3. And the winners are the heels of Alex Windsor, who is kind of there in the match.
Yeah.
Apparently trained out the Norwich lot.
Yeah, the Knights lot.
Yep. I've never seen her apart from this match, I don't think.
I tried to see what she's up to, and she's doing some indie stuff. I found her on Twitter.
Okay.
That sounds really dodgy. I found her on Twitter. I hunted her down. I just want to see what work she was doing at the moment. She's still involved, but cool. It just seems to be that the other, obviously, Dahlia and Pollyanna have gone. Ginny is one of the best British wrestlers.
Absolutely flying, yeah.
And obviously Nixon's team with Dakota Kai.
Come back from injury, looking awesome, you know. Really happy she's back now.
Having her go down for that second knee injury in the Mae Young Classic and just watching them just film her crying.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
I mean, great film, great
one
storytelling
of our own, you know what I mean?
For like WWE, but it's a case of you're just following this poor girl crying her eyes out because she realises that she's got another 12 to 18 months of rehab.
Yeah. But it makes you care about that comeback so much more.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, you know.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see tonight, as you know, Wednesday Night Wrestle Night, see them take on Asuka and Kairi Sane tonight.
Is that happening?
Yeah, so it's Dakota and... Yeah, I think it's Dakota and Tegan Knox.
Yeah.
Against Kairi and...
Might actually have to watch that. That'd probably be really
Kairi and
good.
Asuka.
4 really fucking awesome wrestlers.
Asuka and Nixon Newell in the same ring. That's going to be flipping awesome.
Yeah, sure. Kairi too.
I mean, Kairi Sane...
I love all 4 of them. I just want to see Kairi and Nixon in the ring together, like, for personal reasons. So winners are the heels of Alex Windsor, Dahlia Black, and Ginny. I question this decision about having the heels win.
No.
Because you had that first match, it was kind of like, it's face versus face. Then you have the heels win. Like, if this wasn't Briggs and the crowd wasn't mad, like, you might kill the crowd off a little bit at this point.
I think because you're building for your main event.
Yeah, sure.
You're building for your main.
I just question it a little bit. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm not saying anything, but, you know. So, a little sloppy at times, let's be honest. I would have preferred it to be 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1 and really have like a feud builder match. But like, you know, you can understand why they're trying to get everyone on the card, etc., etc. Love the storytelling throughout the match.
Yeah.
Really solid.
I think you could definitely tell those who are more experienced than others in this match. But again, at the same time, for Progress to showcase people of different stages of their development and be able to merge them together and pull off a very good match.
Everything Progress was great at this time.
Yeah.
Totally. Even today, they're really good at pushing new guys through and stuff. They do a lot of that. Maybe some of the wrong talent and they push them the wrong way, in my opinion. But like, you know, They do a lot of good for the scene.
Well, you're seeing Cara Noir now get his opportunity in Progress.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God. Did you see his beef with Aldous on Twitter?
I did. Hopefully that leads to something really good down the line, because it potentially could. Let's get Aldous across the UK, do some stuff. If he's actually a prick, then it is what it is. But I think it's working.
I love Aldous.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a work.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a work. If he turns out to be an absolute prick, I will be disappointed. Because I think he's a great old school NWA heel champion.
He is the perfect NWA champion.
Yeah.
He needs to hold that belt for 3 years.
We'll see. But if he's an absolute prick in IRL, okay, we'll see. So, at this time live, we got the entrances for Sebastian and William Eva for a no disqualification match. Would you like to describe what you saw watching this live?
Well, firstly, Seb's Twitter's gone, which is a real shame.
That is an absolute fucking shambles. Absolute shambles. Disgrace to Twitter. Bring back Seb. Absolutely bring back Seb. One of my favourite Twitter users. God, him calling out people for being nonsense on the British scene. Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
Well played, Seb. And miraculously, never got it wrong.
Never.
He was always accurate.
He was calling out people and they get fucking found out years and they get fucking plead guilty and all this sort of bullshit. Like, fucking cunts. Seb knew the whole time. You know?
But Diamond on Twitter. But at this time, so we have the long built-up feud between Pastor William Eva, Bill Eve,
worst name ever, but it's
and Seb. They got their introductions in.
Heel Seb, my God, he was good.
They were standing opposite corners. Bell rings. Pastor runs in, massive lariat. Seb drops to the floor.
Seb ran in as well. They met in the middle. They both ran in, and it was one lariat.
And Seb then didn't move.
Yeah. And me and you both went, oh, this is good work.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, the crowd goes silent. And people start getting in the ring and checking on Seb. Do you remember this?
Yeah. And at this stage, you're a bit like, ooh,
this doesn't feel how Progress work.
Yeah. And as more and more people came from the back to check on Seb, and then Jim gets on the house mic and says, this isn't part of the show.
I remember saying to you at some, or maybe I said it in my head. I don't remember if I said it out loud. I'm going, he's going to pop up and kick him in the face at some point, you know?
But Jim got on the mic, so this isn't part of the show, you know, please bear with us, please take your time, go and grab a beer, we'll take 10 minutes, we'll come back in 10, just let's give Seb the space we need, let's give the medics a chance to work.
Never been more proud of a crowd in my life. Everyone shut the fuck up and just let them get on with it.
Yeah.
No booing, no chanting, nothing.
People just chatted, went and got another drink, just left him to it, made sure it was all right. As soon as he got on the stretch and off, applause.
Yeah, really respectful, great. Yep. It's a sad thing because that
feud leading up to it was so good.
Excellent work. If you want to watch some really classic good Progress stuff, watch the couple of shows before this that have that feud with those two leading up and all the promos that are on YouTube and stuff. Fucking hell, it was great. Seb is a heel. He's a dastardly bastard.
Wow.
Again, another guy I missed from the scene. Excuse me, hold on.
As you die remembering one of the best heels in British wrestling.
I remember feeling genuinely concerned for him at the time. Like, as much as he's a dick and I meant to hate him, obviously you respect how good he is at his job.
Yeah. I mean, even on the train up to Birmingham after this, I was just Googling. And even, 3 years ago when Brit still wasn't as popular as it is certainly now, just trying to find on Twitter, trying to see if there's any updates on how Seb's going. And it was scary. But again, a thing that a lot of indies may not have, that Progress have always had, they've always had their medics.
Yeah, sure.
The number of indie shows I'm sure you and I have both been to when the medic is not qualified and it's just some bloke with a first aid kit.
The classic one that I always remember though being just disgusted by was a Shakara show. Lindsay Dorado went to do a shooting star and landed on his face. Basically on the verge of breaking his neck sort of moment. And they never broadcast it live. They instantly stopped the show, sent everyone home. All the things you should do in that situation.
Yeah, cheers Silver King.
Well, yeah. Fucking A. Wow, I forgot about that one. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's horrific. But then the Mike Quackenbush talked later about how they had a medic there who got pissed during the show.
No.
And so wasn't capable of looking after Lindsay and checking he was okay. So all the pro wrestlers had to come out and do their fucking idiots job for them. And since that time, it seems that there's been a big thing, specifically in American British Indies, that you have the medic on by St. John's, whoever it is. Shame it didn't work out for Silver King and stuff because they probably could. I think they could have saved his life. Was that the thing?
I think they could have saved him had they not. Had they just reacted quicker.
Yeah.
And the referee not just like, oh, I'll just raise the hand of whoever is wrestling.
Yeah, fucking that was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got depressing quickly. Fucking hell.
But switching a bit around, that's why places like Progress, like Fight Club, like ICW, like SEPW, when they've got their trained medics, they've got the people there who can help if ever needs be. And obviously no one ever wants to have to do that. But to make sure at an indie show you always have those qualified medical professionals.
Yeah, sure.
To help any talent if they need it.
Yeah.
Or even fans.
Yeah, true, absolutely. Just angle your mic a little bit so it's more towards you.
Even fans.
Downwards.
Even fans.
So, watching this broadcast or whatever, you don't have this at all. None of this
fades to black, comes back up.
Completely cut out. So you cut to Jim giving an impassioned speech about how you guys lift the mood, like he's really trying to get people up. You can see the concern in his voice and his face and stuff, but he's doing everything he can. So out of context, this is a bit weird.
Yeah.
I think maybe you could have just cut this and just come to, crowd applauding, go to the next match, you know what I mean? But I guess it's most people know the story, so
I think so.
Anyway, but it's out of context. It's a little weird.
And luckily now we have a 2-on-1 handicap match.
I know what you're getting at. There's going to be other people that don't. So stick with me here. We've got a Progress tag team title match of the London Riots.
Rob Lynch.
Yeah, Rob Lynch.
Rob Lynch.
And Nameless Nonce. Who are the current champions?
Hang on, which one?
Versus British Strong Style of a short-haired, cleanly shaven Pete Dunne. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't remember this still.
He's all business.
And Trent Seven, who looks exactly the same.
I love that Trent.
Love him.
I mean, Trent has a bit more bleach in his hair now.
Sure.
But he doesn't age.
Yeah. God damn, those two are good.
So good with their little middle finger gimmick as well.
Fucking
early
A.
British Strong Style.
Absolutely,
really good.
man.
And
Coming out to Love Is Blindness.
Yeah.
By this thing is a Jack White cover. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's amazing.
But to do a 2-on-1 handicap match was really brave of Rob Lynch. Especially, did you notice Rob Lynch
Still working this gimmick, eh?
Yep.
Okay, go on.
Did you notice Rob Lynch was really injured coming into this?
No. Oh, the eye. Yeah. He got kicked in the eye or something.
At PCW the night before.
Yeah, sure.
And could barely see.
Yeah.
So to have to carry this by himself.
So, the team that ruined Diesel Power by the Prodigy forever for me. I can't listen to it without thinking about one of those fucking dickheads and someone who we presume is fairly innocent. Who knows?
We're going to really need to get that lawyer and retainer.
Nah, allegedly. Fuck it, who cares?
Yes, nailed it!
We need to chat about the dumb, ugly-ass, fucking yin-yang tag foam shields.
Wow.
God damn, this is a dumb thing. I know they're trying to do something unique, but these tag shields, whatever. I know we briefly mentioned them earlier, but they're just dumb and ugly and stupid. Who thought to this? Imagine being a pro wrestler and having to lug that fucking thing around from home,
Well, imagine my standpoint when I sometimes think about wrestling and you're young and you want to win a belt and you dream about to lift up that title or wear it around your waist and then you're a case of, Mum, I've won a title. Oh, can I see it? I've got it here. No, where's the title belt?
Yeah.
Why have you bought a piece of foam to hang up in your attic? By the way, tidy your room.
It's so shit. If you haven't seen these, just Google Progress tag shield. I guess it would work. Oh, it's just But I'm just trying to do something different, but this is terrible.
But similar to what I mentioned earlier, at the time, if anyone had anything bad to say about the Progress shields, die-hard Progress Ultras, no, it's unique. They're the best. They're not. They're just children's toys.
Fair enough, yeah. So British Strong Style go after Lynch's eye after the whole promo at the beginning about how he fucked up his eye at PCW, you say?
PCW, yeah.
There you go. They then wrestle a nonce. Dunn... Sorry, this has got a lot of that. So Dunn and a pedo do a bouye spot early on.
No one wants a pedo bouye spot.
Absolutely, mate. They're cheering the pedo in the ring, and I'm like, I remember what the first time I see him going, I feel there's something wrong about this dude.
The time when it all came out as well, do you remember that he'd recently nicked Adam Page's gimmick?
Yeah.
And then
a bunch of other people's moves. He always did other people's spots.
And a bunch of other people's innocence and childhoods.
On the nose. So British Strong Style to the outside, and I'm like, get in the ring! It's the second match they've done everything on the fucking outside in front of the ring, just because there's that big space. You can see how it's tempting.
Yeah.
But I remember watching this live, being like, oh, again, I can't see fucking anything.
I think this is also the stage that you said to me, do you reckon the second half we should just stand up over there?
Yeah,
and I was
sure.
like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more comfortable anyway. So Rob Lynch and the Nonce do a dive. I remember thinking, please get in the ring so I can see, because this is getting annoying. They do the Necro Butcher, sit in the chairs and throw...
It sounds like you're Michael Knee. Necro Butcher!
Careful now. In the chairs.
Torito!
And throw strikes at each other. I'm just going to skip on. But on the floor, so barely any of the crowd can see it, so no one reacts at all. It's just the front row that can see it.
One lad in the balcony leans over a bit too far.
Oh, I can see what's going on, yeah. British strong style work over a nonce. Lynch and his nonce mate have constantly got their...
That's a t-shirt.
Lynch and a nonce. So Lynch and his nonce mate have to constantly get their shit in throughout the whole fucking match. The kind of ruins the story of any kind of like logical pro wrestling.
I'm not going to lie to you, like we've said in last week's episode about becoming more ingrained with the performer rather than the in-ring character.
Yeah.
Watching this back, I couldn't get into it because of
terrible.
Because of who was involved.
Yeah, you can see Pete Dunne and Trent Seven have got all this potential, and there's no offense like to Lynch, but two big, let's face it, out of shape lads, like doing stuff that you've seen from other people done a lot better.
Rob Lynch, in fairness, recently on his Twitter was saying like how he's making himself get fitter. He's dropped a hell of a lot of weight for a big lad.
Cool, okay.
And I think,
I've seen him wrestle a few times individually. I think he's definitely good. He's got potential. This time, I feel like him and his nonce-mate tag team partner ruined this match a little bit.
And in a way, as well, for Rob Lynch, again, I've not really been a fan of his in-ring style. And again, similar to what we sometimes say when we look at Watkins from Lost Profits, if you're with someone for so long, how do you
I saw it this story. There we go. Carry on.
Standing on the rooftop, everybody scream, Peter!
There's only a tiny majority of our listeners will get that. Holy fucking shit, mate. That's peak. Let's go home. We're done. That's it.
But I wonder for poor Rob Lynch is, again, if some promoters in the early days would have not booked him and guilty by association, so he's had to work hard to get to any position where he's back in now.
It's difficult to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really awkward one. I think as outsiders, we can't comment, really.
Yeah.
You know, is what it is. So a British strong style climb onto the shoulders of a nonce because he can't work his own spots. The nonce kind of falls backwards. Gets a "This is awesome" chant from a few dickheads in the crowd, while the nonce
One was called Daniel Edler.
This nonce dickhead looks so fucking pleased with himself with the cameras on him, and I'm like, you fucking prick. You fell over badly. Commentary called this a Samoan drop, and I'm like, no, fuck, it wasn't. That was just two dickheads climbing onto his shoulders because he's obviously requested they do this for a spot. Not only is he a nonce, he's a shit fucking pro wrestler as well. So there we go. Strikes everyone down. Everyone bites everyone else. There's a really funny four-way spot.
Yeah.
Totally out of place in this match, but it is what it is. The match gets surprisingly silly at times.
Yeah, it wasn't what you'd expect for these two teams at the time.
Yeah, sure. Especially with the kind of like blood feud that they've kind of tried to build up into it.
Blood feud going into comedy spots.
Weird.
Odd.
Really
odd
weird.
placement.
Yeah, didn't work for me at all. So lots of mirror spots. Mirror no selling from British strong style. You know, both guys doing the same shit at the same time. British strong style low blow and nonce. Thank God. Castrate the fucker, you know what I mean? So smash the handle of a cricket bat into Lynch's injured eye. Oh, they finally remembered the story they were trying to tell at the beginning of the match. Pump kick pile driver combo by British Strong Style for the 1, 2, 3 and new Progress Tag Team Champions British Strong Style.
And Lynch rolled out of the ring and the other guy went to soft play.
So Trent Seven flipping off the camera while laying on the apron is fucking hilarious. Really enjoyed that. The Riots then hang out in the ring and raise their hands at the end of the match. I'm like, you fucking lost. Get out the ring and get to the fucking back. You fucking nonce cunt and your mate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're not the Undertaker and Kane. Put your fists down.
Jesus Christ. Like raising your own hands after you've just lost the belts, like smiling, like because you're in this big venue.
Well, they were done with Progress at this stage. Well, this was going to be their last appearance.
All right, fair enough. I didn't know that.
Goodbye.
Who gives a fuck? So, fade to black for 5 seconds.
Interval.
Yeah, intermission time. You don't need to emphasize that in your edit. I'm just saying, but like, it is what it is. They then add a little title going second half, and I'm like, why? No one cares. Just don't put this in. Just carry on. You know.
What progress lack is a raffle?
Raffle with like fucking nearly 2,500 people. I'm in. Yeah, let's do it.
An adult-based raffle with adult-based raffle prize. So here's an air gun.
Jim puts the road crew over and shouts out the Canadians and Italians in the crowd. Really fun little moment. There's some sort of Hertfordshire gang wars banter going on here, and it was just totally weird, but like, you know, typical Jim banter stuff.
Yeah.
It's good fun. And then he's interrupted by a returning Paul Robinson's music. Super cool. So, as always, Robbo has uber heat. Like, I don't remember where he was this time. Was he injured? What happened?
Because he's coming out of his run with Ospreay, isn't he, at this stage? Isn't he? Have I got this too early?
There was definitely a feud there at some point. 'Cause he swapped to the jeans at this point, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I've lost track of a little bit of the feud, but whatever. So there's a promo. He's not booked. He says this amazing line to a woman in the crowd. Male or female, I'll come out there and knock your teeth down your throat, you fat, overweight, ugly whore. Like, you know what we've talked about in the past about how you can't call people fat. Robbo doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, I'll say whatever I want.
I don't like now how Robbo is cheered in progress for being a dick.
I put a note here that's just like, the good old days when logical booking made sense.
Yep.
Chuck Mambo is a face, Paul Robinson is a heel. Who the fuck? You know what I mean?
Can't believe those roles have switched round.
It's
Mambo
weird.
and DNR.
Yeah. I quite like what they did with that.
It was the most recent attempt to try and elevate lower mid-card guys.
Sure. Not sure if necessary with those people. I think they were kind of elevated anyway. You just need to book them a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, Spike, definitely.
God, he's good. He's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's not leaving the ring, Robinson, until he's had a fight. Hey, ho, Mambo! This entrance was brilliant live. Cut to the reggae music, beach balls flood across the audience.
And Cesaro has a heart attack.
Wait, what?
Because do you not remember when Cesaro runs into the crowd?
Yeah, sure. This is hilarious. I remember filming this live going, look at this. This is a British wrestling show. Look at the fun they're having.
Fun. I remember fun
Did
before
you enjoy
parenthood.
Did you enjoy this?
I did.
Okay.
I always like beach balls. As a man who enjoys pageantry during his ring entrance, this was right up my street.
Okay, I get that, sure. So, Robbo's getting booed out of the building. Everyone loves Mambo. Mambo goes for a handshake and Robbo spits on his hand. Fucking hilarious.
And then he says, that's your swimming pool?
Fast start by Mambo, but Robinson proceeds to beat the fuck out of him. Robbo does the snot on his chest, snot on the audience, fish hooks his nose, then drools onto Mambo. God, he's a piece of crap. It is
such a disgusting spot.
Just so gross.
I mean, have you seen Cara Noir do his like bird feeding spot?
No.
Cara Noir basically leans out of the ring. And I can't remember which female wrestler it was, but their mouth is open. He feeds them from his mouth into their mouth, and the poor girl who is wrestling promptly pukes on the floor.
Oh, disgusting!
I hate vomit, but things like this and Robbo was like, "This is gross."
Yeah, not nice, not pleasant, but like
No.
it's Robbo. You know what I mean? Somehow gets away with it for me.
No one should get away with this.
Mambo has cute penguins on his tights, and I'm like, he's such a good face. I love him so much. Brutal curb stomps by Robinson. Robbo folds up Chuck Mambo for the 1, 2, 3, and your winner, Paul Robinson.
Right person won. And also get the crowd hot straight after the interval. And I also wonder, because obviously with the Seb thing taking a lot of time out of it, because they're already overrunning now by about half hour.
Yeah.
So, and at this stage, I'm already doing this going, just missed my last train, right?
Right.
Ooh, the next one's in 20 minutes.
But Zack and Ciampa.
But I want to watch
Zack and Ciampa. Yeah, sure. As Robinson leaves, he has a very serious conversation with
Carlito Man.
Yeah, that was an interesting moment. I thought he was going to deck him watching this back. I'm like, I probably should have. It would have been funny.
Like, you're wearing a WWE shirt to a Progress show, you fucking prick.
Do you reckon that's what it was? That can't be, can
No.
it? I think the guy confronted him, said something, and Robbo was like, excuse me? Like, do you know who I am? Like, you know, whatever.
Oh, and it was like, are are they really Levi's? Did you buy those on a dodgy market?
Do you remember Paul Robinson being interviewed at Progress and we were part of the media scrum?
Even then, scared shitless.
I was loving it.
When
loving it.
The guy who hit his wing mirror, the story
the
there.
Story
and he made him give him some money out of his wallet and then took his son for a McDonald's afterwards.
Living the gimmick, man. Absolutely living the fact he's not afraid to tell that story to the media and shit. Oh, I felt so privileged to be a part of that. That was great fun. So flips off the commentary team, flips off the fans. Mambo sells in the ring to take some chance and applause. I'm like, get to the back. But anyway, it's fine. Jim does some more talking and introduces the video package for our next match. Best 2 out of 3 falls. Tommaso Ciampa versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Import number 1, and we're 6 matches in.
Sure. Really cool. Really, really great. I was so hyped for this. I was becoming a massive Ciampa fan.
Psycho Killer.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Just the coolest intro. And I've been a Zack fan for so long. And
still your favourite wrestler on the planet at the moment?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
I've written a note here about you can guarantee no matter who Zack is wrestling, the match is going to be unique. It's going to be completely different to anything else you see on any card.
In the last 4 or 5 years, he's never had a bad match.
It doesn't always work brilliantly. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're going for, but it didn't quite happen. But it's always different.
Yeah.
The way he stands there and invites people on, even when he could just beat the crap out of them, and then immediately reverses, I'm like, oh, no one does that. No one does it. It's just Zack. And he really thinks about how pro wrestling can be, not what he knows works.
Yeah. And the fact that he continually turned down WWE around that first Cruiserweight Classic thing.
Yeah. Because he knows what's going to happen.
Yeah. And he doesn't need WWE. And to be fair, at the moment, WWE doesn't need him. His style would not work.
Sure, yeah.
His style would not work in any of the big 2 at the moment.
Maybe. I think he's a guy that could work anywhere for me personally. I'm just such a big fan.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So the video package is really, really cool. There's some dodgy filters and iffy editing in my opinion, but it works. So the story is that Sabre and Ciampa have exchanged victories. At a previous show, Ciampa jumped Zack and cuts a promo asking for one more match because he's off to the Fed soon.
Yeah.
Cut back to the arena. Yellow and red lights flicker across the crowd. The Talking Head Psycho Killer begins to play, and I remember goosebumps and just being so fucking excited for this match.
A man who's sitting there going, I've got to be in Birmingham and I've got to meet my corporate director this evening for dinner and I'm going to be late.
Yeah.
And having to text my then boss basically going, haven't been able to make it to dinner. I'll catch you in the morning.
Nice.
A chance for really good career progression or watching Zack and Ciampa.
Sure, yeah.
Well, look where I am now. I don't work there anymore.
I appreciate you, man. Dedication. That's what it's about. To wrestling, not your job.
It's not that only pays my bills. Because wrestling doesn't.
So there's loads of Psycho Killer A4 signs in the crowd. You can see how much the Progress fans have embraced Ciampa. Yeah. Out comes Ciampa in his Hannibal Lecter MF Doom mask. He's such a gangster. Leather jacket, Finn Balor-esque,
I still like the fact that Ciampa has his own pro wrestling tees store secretly.
A few people do. I saw Generico does now.
Yeah.
Not the other person that he's kind of similar to.
Oh, but this is that has been cleared for Sammy Fusaria. So the money for that. But
got to support the orphans as well,
But so. all the merch when it was coming out.
That's not a Syria joke to anyone that doesn't get the gimmick. Okay, just carry on.
But all the Blackheart stuff when he was in NXT with his first run, everyone was like, release the T-shirt, and it was like, nope, not going to release the T-shirt. It was all on Pro Wrestling Tees under Blackheart.
Nice, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Because it's not Ciampa, it's just Blackheart. He just so happened to wear the gear, and it looks like him on TV.
There is a beautiful irony of Zack Sabre coming out to Hastings by the Cribs for this promotion in this venue. You know what I mean?
Tick, 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 tick. And he definitely was like, this will work.
I think he knows what's going on,
I wonder what he's going to be doing on the 12th of December.
12th of December. What's that?
That's when we once again go to the polls, young man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Vote Labour.
I can't wait to see more Suplex Zack Sabre Jr. merch.
Yeah, fucking A, why not?
Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. for Prime Minister. There we go, I've said it.
It's not we're not getting political. Let's avoid politics. Fuck it, this is about fun. So, not that politics can't be fun sometimes, Watch these idiots make fools out of themselves. All fucking million of them, they're all dickheads. So, Zack is full Union Jack gear. He's just doing the full face thing. Absolutely love it.
Zack Sabre Jr. Brexit means Brexit.
Strong and stable.
High Spectrum, eh?
Tons of streamers all around.
At that stage, I was like, oh, I'm here.
Crowd totally into this. Already chanting, this is progress. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Sabre has to be by far the best thing to ever come out of Sheppy.
Yeah, other than the bridge to get out.
They stare off, do not shake hands, build tension, even though Roberts is trying to get them to do it, like the whole MMA thing. Fuck this beginning of the match. Perfection. Then some cunt tries to ruin it by starting a slow "this is progress" chant. I'm like, for fuck's sake. But the guys do the slow build thing you know they're capable of doing. Exchanging holds, standoff, staring at each other, rope breaks. Zack gets the better of Ciampa. Ciampa's starting to get frustrated, kicking the bottom turnbuckle. This is fucking great storytelling.
Best of the night.
Yeah, if you're going to watch any match, watch this one by a long shot. If you go onto the YouTube and you look in the comments, there's links to all the matches, like in the time cues and stuff. Just go watch this one if you can't be bothered to watch the whole thing. I'd encourage you to watch the whole thing because it's quite a fun show to watch. But yeah, this match is fucking hell. RJ doing an amazing job of putting over that Zack is calm and Ciampa is getting frustrated on commentary. It's one of the early times I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I like it. Really, really cool. As the match goes on, it feels as though they're trying to dull down the crowd so they can build them back up because the crowd is so fucking hot at the beginning. It's like this is not what they wanted, you know?
No, but again, really, really smart to do it. They didn't just cut the legs out of it. They slowly simmered it down.
Sure, absolutely. Man.
Perfect.
It's again, I go on about the magic of pro wrestling. This is one of those classic examples of two guys that you know can do what needs to be done to get this crowd to where they need them to be.
Literally palm of their hand style. They could control them and do whatever they wanted, and they did.
And they know they can outshine anyone.
Yeah.
But they're not doing it. You're like, okay, you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. Absolutely, you get it. You know, it's fucking brilliant. So constant attempts at big spots that get reversed back and forth between the two of them. It's never just shine, whatever, you know, like the process of a wrestling match.
Yeah.
It's constant back and forth, exchanging, you know.
I mean, I liken sometimes, like, everyone says chess match, but this really was one-upsmanship. I'm going to do this, and slowly starting to build those stacking towers up.
Playing off their spots and styles as well. It's not just like, oh, well, no, we'll reverse everything. You know, sometimes they hit, and then they don't, and then it's like completed with different phrases and stuff. Like, oh, it's so good. I can't go on about this match enough. They build to lots of pinfalls and submission attempts. Ciampa even grabs the tights to cheat unsuccessfully.
Yes.
Out of frustration, you know, they build right at the beginning of the match. They build to it halfway through. Fuck, this is clever.
And Ciampa's facials at this stage, even though we've not had a fall yet, it's like, this is brilliant.
So good. Armbar reverse into Product Ciampa, lung blower type thing by Ciampa. Some sweet reversals lead to both men's shoulders down off the cradle, kind of reverse flip into the cradle. 1, 2, 3, confusion abounds. God, I love storytelling in pro wrestling.
And it worked so well.
Yeah.
So good.
Robert chats to Jim Smallman at ringside. Both men's shoulders were down. It's one fall apiece.
Boo. Why are you booing? It's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think people are just booing Roberts more than anything out of habit, I think, at this point.
But I think that killed the 1-all to then, and then at least Ciampa and Zack were sat there and like, right, well, let's wait for this to simmer down before we get going. And like, the reaction sat in the corners, the bottom corners of the turnbuckles, like knackered, pissed off that it's now sudden death. They can't make another mistake. Sure. And they got that there. I was like, oh my God, so good.
After that little pause, both lads run in and go for big strikes. Both lads immediately go for submission attempts. Zack has continually been attacking Ciampa's arm as the match goes on. Again, bringing up that story of like he's going to get that body part no matter how much he has to fucking bring him on and hurt himself to get to that moment. Pedigree by Ciampa. Brutal knee by Ciampa. I think this is meant to be that heater moment where it's like full heel, but the crowd love him as well. They really appreciate what they're seeing, I think. So
it's Triple H's move.
Exactly. Project Ciampa off Brett's rope. Zack kicks it too. Huge pop.
And the eyes of Ciampa at that.
Yeah. One of the moments that This Is Progress chant actually makes sense in the match. Like, yeah, fine. Really cool. Stiff strikes. Sabre going for submissions. Ciampa going for power moves. Zack locks in. Hurrah! Another year. Surely this one will be better than the last. Oh, God, I can't say that word. Inexorable March of Progress will lead us all to happiness. Greatest move name ever. Ciampa has to tap. Tap, tap, tap. Winner Zack Sabre Jr. God, I love professional wrestling when it's this fucking good.
I can't. 5-star match for me.
Yeah, totally. Like
storytelling,
completely underappreciated.
in-ring action.
Yeah,
top top banana.
Quality. So really unique, as you always expect from Zack. Ciampa was an incredible dance partner the whole way along. Ciampa's final appearance in indie wrestling. The two of them sit and embrace in exhaustion in the ring as the fans chant, "Thank you, Ciampa." Zack does the honourable thing and immediately leaves the ring, leaving Ciampa to take his applause. God, why don't other people learn this shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Scotty Davis. See you later, Liger.
God, that was bad. So the whole time, Ciampa is still selling his arm. He bends down, kisses the mat, sells the arm. He bows down and bows to the fans, selling the arm. I'm like, oh, yes, it's so good. Yeah, just perfect. Right, so there's 2 matches left on the card.
At this stage, I was like this. I've got to go.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe you left at this point. But I know you had to. Yeah, it's work. It's what it is.
And I'm sat on the train. Obviously, I stopped by at the Marks and Spencer's at Euston to make sure I get myself something tasty to eat on the way up. And I'm sat there eating my cookie dough balls on the train ride up, and I'm just seething.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit like...
Just furious.
I thought, that's like not even the penultimate match, and they're building to that crescendo. I know, obviously, like I thought the 8-man would be like the cool down before the main event, but I was like, fuck me.
It's not great. They ran a bit long, didn't they? So.
I mean, they started late. They had the half hour with Seb and Pasta in the middle.
Brit Rest.
But this is the thing, right? At least Ali Pali finished on time this year. Wembley overrunning by 2 hours.
That was bad. I think they've learnt their lesson, though.
Yeah.
2 matches left to go, and there's still 80 minutes left in the show. And I was like, hang on, how long do these matches take here? This is a long one. So I've stood at the back for the rest of this now. It was fun live, not going to lie. So 8-man tag team match of Damon Moser, FSU of Eddie Dennis and Mark Andrews, and Jack Gallagher, his last match before going off to the Fed, versus The Origin. Oh, I love this stable so much. Of Dave Mastiff, El Ligero, Nathan Cruz, and the heat machine that is Zack Gibson.
I very much like 3/4 of The Origin.
You've got to love how much of a dick Nathan Cruz is, though.
He is the one who I don't rate.
Yeah,
I've never been a fan of his in-ring stuff. I know he's, again, been a very key component of Progress.
Yeah, he was the first champ.
Yeah. And I really...
Should have been Marty, by the way. But
yeah. And the screw indie wrestling to now... I really like independent wrestling because no one will sign you.
Yeah, I mean, he was world of sport for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, with was it Charlie Sterling he was tagging with, I think?
I don't know, to be honest. Yeah,
probably. Oh, no, that might be Max Stead, actually.
I didn't watch enough of it, so who knows. So, Obnoxious Heel Ligero might be my personal favourite Ligero. I think he's absolutely amazing at this time.
But out of the 4 heels and the 4 faces, there was a bigger heel, which you posted on Twitter earlier during Moses' entrance.
God, so... We'll get there. So FSU do their party hard entrance. Great fun. There's an absolute pie atmosphere. I know you weren't there at this time, but oh my God, the crowd just lit up for them.
I mean, in fairness,
really
I was
cool.
in accountant mode at this stage, so I probably wouldn't have enjoyed that very much anyway.
Fair enough.
Partying. Ugh.
Same for Jack Gallagher. Like when Jack comes out, the pop was huge because they know this is the last time.
Yeah.
We know how amazing he was at this period. You know, it's so good. So
I mean, a 12-month elevation that I think only in Progress they could have done with Sexsmith. That's how far Gallagher came in that 12 months in 2016, basically.
Sure. So the thing you were talking about earlier is Damon Moser, a young lad, I think a year or 2 into the business, maybe less. Maybe this is his first year in the business. I remember seeing a few matches with him leading up to this. Comes out, nervous as fuck. You can see it on his face. That it's like, okay, this is big, you know, as anyone would be. Some absolute fucking cunt of a human being walks directly in front of the camera, in between him and the camera. The cameraman then goes so shocked by this action that he follows the guy. He's like, what are you doing? And comes back to Moser like, what a twat. Who does this? You can see the guy who he walks to immediately slaps him back. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. I've met Moser when doing the Wrestling 4 shows.
Nice.
And he's a lovely guy. And he told me another story, which is another reason why I like to always give Progress the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
So Moser was out injured. I think he'd sort of fractured or broken his jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And Progress paid him for the dates he was supposed to be booked for, even
that's
though
amazing.
He couldn't work.
That's totally... They wouldn't have to do that, but that's lovely. That's really, really cool.
And I think things like that, that's why as a company... I know we're not sometimes a fan of their production, some of their booking decisions, but all of the talent and all of the lads who they bring through Knuckle Blocks as well.
Knuckle Blocks, yeah.
Knuckle Blocks, what's wrong with me?
It's fine.
For Knuckle Blocks. They look after their talent.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories about when Robbo was out injured, when Haskins was out injured, they brought them in as agents and paid them and stuff. Really cool. Absolutely love that about this company.
Yeah.
That punk rock ethos of like community and stuff.
Yeah, these are our guys. These are our team. They've been with us, so we'll be with them.
Fucking A. So the match starts. The pre-match, sorry. Jim announces if the Origin lose, they must disband. He introduces Dave Mastiff as he's big, he's bad. Ask your mum, he's probably your dad, Dave Mastiff. And El Ligeiro's introduction is maybe even tops that. He says, a man who is so busy, he's the natural heir to Brian Dixon. Like, the banter. The absolute banter. Jim tries to intro Gibson, but the boos are so fucking loud, he gives up. Gibson grabs the mic and starts his Liverpool's #1 promo, and the fans give the Origin the Jimmy Rave treatment as the ring fills with loo roll. Mastiff and Ligero doing toilet roll angels in the ring popped me so fucking hard.
Now, quick thing from earlier / just pre the interval.
Yeah.
I don't know where they got those loo rolls from, because they certainly weren't in the toilets.
Oh, really? Brixton for the win. Yeah, sure. I think they got handed out, previous to that.
Yeah.
I remember listening to a podcast with Jim talking about how they had to go and buy tons of loo roll beforehand or something.
Well, they should have put some in the gents. Because, as you said, from BritRest standpoint before and knowing it would be a long day, I bought my own. I bought my own new paper in my pockets.
Fucking
it was useful.
You've been to gigs before, you know what it's about. Yeah, sure.
Best thing is to pretend to be disabled, because those two toilets are normally clean and unoccupied.
There used to be the guy with a little squirty spray that would sing songs to you and stuff, like the African lad. I used to love that guy. I don't know if he's still employed now, but who knows. So Gibson's shtick is perfection, as we all know. Absolute heat machine. Eventually the faces jump in and off we go. Not going to lie, I was very tired at this point, so watching this max at double the speed, because I was like, fuck it, let's just carry on. Thank you, YouTube. I watched it live as well, so I knew it was going to happen. Walk and brawl all over the academy. Origin,
it was crazy.
Yeah. Origin do heel stuff. Face lads do face stuff. Manjuice does a balcony dive. When you say balcony dive with Brixton, you imagine he came off the highest point, but no. One of the little windows on the side that's probably 4 foot high. It's not massive by any means, but it was
still
fun
impressive.
spot. I remember watching that across the arena from me and just being like, oh, cool, that was fun.
But I think as well, if you're not paying attention to that,
because
obviously they had the cameras on because they knew the spot was coming. Very easy from the location to people to have missed that.
Lots of people miss lots of this. This was just sit back. Eventually they'll get back in the ring. Yeah. Some chaos will be near you. Fine, you understand. They've got this giant venue. They're going to do this at some point, and this is probably the time to do it, before you have that main event that people actually want to pay attention to and care about and everything, This is just,
This is this is get ready for your main. Get a bit of fun, a couple of fun spots.
One note I've put down here is I miss Gallagher doing old Word of Sport spots. I miss this character. Pre-Umbrella, stealing Marty's gimmick, Gallagher.
But he doesn't do that now. I mean, to be fair, don't know really what he does now.
Yeah. Don't really watch 205 or anything that he's on.
Fair play to him for taking the money. Fair play to him for getting the opportunity. Because from someone, if you look at the rest on BritRest and you line them all up, Gallagher wouldn't be, from a look standpoint, the first person you take.
At this time, he was one of my favourites on the scene. Absolutely adored his matches.
And to have WWE take him over some of the others,
but you can see why.
Plus, also legitimate tough with an MMA background as well.
True. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
In your face, Brock.
Matt Riddle.
I don't recall who that is.
I just wanted to put it in there.
Drug user Matt Riddle.
There's this drug.
For shame.
So Ligero has this great thing where he has the Origin behind him in the ring, and he's facing down Moser in the corner, and one by one the faces take out the Origin behind Ligero. So he thinks he's got all this backup behind him, but he turns around and suddenly the face there. He's like, "What the fuck?" It's so funny.
And even for a masked character to be able to portray that, it's like, shit.
He's so good, so funny. Ligero flips off Ref Joel. And Joel gives him a stunner. Like, can he do that, Joey? Bunch of false finishes. We're left with Gibson and Gallagher, and you know what's going to happen at this point if you're a pro wrestling fan. Mastiff whacks Gallagher with a car stereo on the outside. Yeah! They put into the little Liverpool cliche, whatever.
Everyone loves a stereotype.
For sure. I'm not sure if this is the ticket to ride or the Helter Skelter, because commentary don't call it. I think it's the ticket to ride. Yeah. Here's pick you up into the suplex position, but then drop you down and kind of like rock bottom type thing. I think it's ticket to ride. A spinning neck breaker from it's spinning neck breaker from the super. I'm getting confused with moves. Sorry. Gibson does the Ticket to Ride, which is the spinning neck breaker from the suplex position, not the slam on, which is the Helter Skelter. There we go. I got that
Nailed
right eventually. For the 1, 2, 3. Why don't I do commentary anymore? Oh, that's why. There we go.
That's not the reason why you don't do commentary.
That's true. Winners of the Origins, they don't have to disband when Gallagher does the right thing and puts over Gibson on his way off to the Fed. Really, really cool.
Yep.
Fun, silly, fine. No problem with the match. Anything you want to say?
Really fun to watch. Again, I think where I was in the show after watching Zack and Ciampa, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much live as I did at home watching this week.
Yeah.
But it was the proper way for their big shows to do it. You needed something. You had a feud to blow off or continue. And you got a lot of your mainstays on the card to rest in front of probably the biggest crowd they'd ever wrestled in front of.
Sure, yeah. I think they added the stipulation to try and keep people interested.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bit of a breath before our main event.
Did you think 3 years in the future that Eddie Dennis would be their main top guy and their champion?
No. Maybe a brutal opinion. I'm not a fan at all. I like some of his promo work. I can never take him seriously as a wrestler in the ring. People complain about what's the guy that won the ROH belt that kept it for a while and kind of the company was on a downturn.
Jay Lethal?
No, the other guy. I can't remember. Matt Taven. I see Eddie Dennis as the British Matt Taven at this point for Progress. I think it's. I know he's a dedicated guy. I think he is entertaining at times. I think he's not a very good heel. I hated the story of the live show we were at for Progress at Ali Pali. It made no sense to me. But, I'm hoping he proves me wrong. Let's put it that way.
In fairness, I listened to just after this year's Progress big show up at Ali Pali, the Still Chasing show, chapter 95.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the Pro Wrestling show with our friends Will Gavin and Johners.
Cool.
They were doing an interview. And it was like a whole hour with just Eddie Dennis talking about leading up to this and simply playing up to this event, knowing it was going to happen, but he'd retired. He wasn't doing much.
Yeah.
The play
That's
into
what I mean
it,
by he's good, entertaining character.
Character-wise, good.
Can he do what Ciampa and Zack did earlier, though?
No. And again, the same thing. I think his coming out party could have been at Wembley when him and Mandrews had the tag match against a table.
Yeah. But
it didn't.
I Am the Table happened and
it killed it.
Yeah, sure. He'll probably take this as a compliment. I would compare him to early John Cena.
Yeah.
And that he has all the charisma, all the personality. I don't think he safely executes stuff in the ring or convincingly executes stuff in the ring. I don't think he knows how to tell a story within a match either, effectively.
I think the other thing he has potentially going against him at the moment, that's not necessarily saying it will be the same in the future. And again, the title can make the wrestler rather than the wrestler making the title in this instance, and hopefully it does, because he comes across as a nice guy and a really good character. I still think being associated with Mark Andrews doesn't help him, because Mark Andrews, I think, is still the biggest star. Yeah,
that turn made fuck all sense as well.
Yeah.
He just won the fucking tag belts for NXT Cardiff. Like, this story, we watched that show.
Yeah.
If you watch this, you know what happened.
Yeah.
It makes fuck all sense.
But then again, if I'd want to take belt Flash Morgan Webster, I'd want to change.
Let's just carry on. So, there's a touching moment where the fans are chanting for Jack Gallagher at the end of the match, and he has to go over and hug Jim to hide the tears almost. Yeah. And Jim gives him a hug, and they talk about it, and he wipes away the tears and goes to the back. There was, at the end of this show, there was a moment when Gallagher, Tommy and Ciampa all came out to take an applause to say goodbye. I think it's completely unnecessary. They all had their moment during their matches.
Well, considering that for the on-demand service, they cut it after the main, and then it was something for the fans, I think that was a nice thing for
it. Fine. I think they had their moments anyway, but it is what it is. So You Deserve It chants for as he wipes away the tears. Like, God damn, I love Jack Gallagher at this time. I hope he can come back to more of what this character was, and less of the guy he's kind of had to forced into in WWE.
Think of him now in 2 hours of NXT. He's something different that could help.
Yeah.
Them. I mean, just put it this way. Who wouldn't want to see Gallagher versus Adam Cole?
It'd be a great match.
It'd be
really, really cool. So Jim on the mic for the last time leading up to our main event. He suggests that they'll maybe do Brixton again. Little do they know what's coming. Time for your main event of the evening. The Why Do I Do This video promo first.
Yeah. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this?
It's a little cliche at time. Was that who I think it was at the end of that?
No, that's just me putting on different Halloween voices, like just in your pumpkin. I don't know how I've missed 2 massive pumpkins in your kitchen.
Yeah, man, it's nearly Halloween. So black and white, nice and simple production here. Interviews, works really, really well. No star filters, no bullshit spot bollocks, you know what I mean? Just perfect production. Really cool.
No stars here.
No. 2 guys I absolutely fucking adore. 1 guy I'm okay with, you know. So we'll get to that. So Glenn's voiceover is a little overproduced and a bit cheesy in my opinion, but it's fine. It does the job, you know.
Yeah.
All 3 have the same last line, which feels a tad forced to me. I don't think this is necessary, but you can understand what they're trying to do. The last line is, why do I do this to be Progress Wrestling Champion? When people talk about being the Progress Champ, they don't say Progress Wrestling Champion. It's why I thought it felt a little forced.
Yeah, it was very much out of place. But then again, it's at least they don't go, why do I do this? To be the Progress staff holder.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. So Progress World Title 3-way match. Marty Scurll, our current champion, the guy that fucking made Progress. Let's be totally honest about it. We can talk about it in a second. Versus Mark Haskins versus Tommy fucking End.
Do you think
God damn, I was a fan at this time.
Do you think Tommy End and Pollyanna were a bit annoyed they had the same chart? That people couldn't be bothered to be innovative for something else?
Is this the point where I'm like, don't Progress fans do that chart for absolutely fucking everyone now?
Fraser fucking Thomas.
Of course they do. It annoys the shit out of me. Anyway, so Tommy End comes out in full black metal corpse paint, and I'm like, yes, this is so fucking cool.
Clearly someone opened a door.
What?
That's the whole gimmick thing in SmackDown. It's like, well, someone just come in through the door. Someone just come through the door so I can fight you. Come through the door.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because they've ruined Aleister Black.
Have they? Okay, fair enough. I don't watch WWE at the moment, so anyway. I saw he did some promo work where he's just sitting in a room talking.
Yeah, come through the door.
Why is he not wrestling?
Because someone hasn't come through the door. Well, Cesaro came through the door, and then...
Why don't they have a constant feud for like a year? Those 2, you could just put in the ring every time and be like,
hey,
work out a story, boys. Off you go.
Cesaro's working with the World Cup winning Battle Royal winner Mansoor tomorrow in KSA.
So I love the stark, bright white lights for the entrance and the black streamers. Sometimes using music videos really fucking works out for pro wrestling, you know. God, it just that they've had a conversation where he's like, no, just stark white.
Yeah.
And they know how to produce music and stuff. So Jesus Christ, it's awesome. Let's talk about Haskins here.
I was about to say Haskins is out next, and then Marty Scurll's entrance.
We'll talk about Marty's in a second. So
Vicky Haskins' heart, isn't she?
The whole Haskins is the next guy story that, in my personal opinion, Progress kind of forced. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, as you said, I don't have any ill feeling to Haskins. I like his in-ring work. He's a good worker. He's a solid mid-up card guy on any card he's been on. It's good, but I feel that with the talent they have, it just isn't a fit at that time.
Yeah, it felt like they chose him to do it rather than the fans and the stories choosing him to do it.
Well, like we've said on some earlier episodes of the pod, had they let the fans decide who they wanted to push and they'd gone through that whole Sexsmith angle and pushed him all the way to the moon.
We talked about this previously. That should have been a slot at Wembley for Jack Sexsmith.
Yeah, not just in the Thunder Bastard.
Yeah. He was so primed. The fans were completely behind him. He was so over.
Even after we left Ali Pali and they said we're going to do Wembley next year, when we were talking about who's going to headline it, we thought maybe Pete Dunne versus Pac, potentially. And then you said this will be the time they have Sexsmith and his crowning moment.
I was saying Sexsmith Volta.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Tyler Bate Volta was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen live. Imagine the heat for Volta beating the shit out of Sexsmith the whole time.
Yeah.
Be like, you disgusting little pleb the whole way through, you know what I mean? It just could have been great, but missed opportunities, whatever. There were some great moments we got from that as well. So.
Again, I don't want people listening to this thinking this is a knock on Haskins, because in ring wise, he's really good, and it shows because Ring of Honor don't sign plebs. They don't.
Okay. Some people will disagree with you.
Sorry, Enzo and Cass. Yeah, they sign idiots.
They didn't sign them. That was a one-off thing from the production company that wanted them to do it, which was a mistake. They should have said no and told them to fuck off, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, let's move on from that.
But, yeah, sure.
Yeah, the Haskins thing felt forced at this stage.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ready for what they wanted. I don't know if that's because they knew obviously they were going to lose their two next bigger stars in Ciampa and Tommy End. Because if you think if they stuck around...
That's the conversation I was going to have. I have a real strong feeling. I remember at the time thinking this was meant to be Marty Tommy End, because Tommy End was coming up and up and up and up and up. Was booked amazingly leading into this. Marty is the guy that made this company.
Yeah.
Marty's performances in the first 10 Progress shows.
As Party Marty as well.
But it's in-ring work.
Yeah.
Are what brought fans back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no question about it. No matter what people say about their booking, how it's produced, the first company in London, all this sort of bullshit. You watch any of those Progress shows, they're a bit shit until Marty's match. And he is so determined to be the guy that not the Marty Jannetty, the Zach left behind. To be, look, I'm really fucking good at my job. He just went out and killed himself over and over and over again.
Especially after his performance in boot camp as well.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck, he was good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Like full heel Marty at this time.
Because this was like the early stage of the villain.
Sure. Speaking of which, 4 ladies in fur coats enters the ring in a bit of an awkward manner, let's be totally honest, to a combination of Dancing in the Rain and the intro track to the first Pendulum album, Hold Your Colour. Kind of weird, but works. The noise, at least, that's happening, and the lighting and stuff's really cool. I can't stop cringing as they do some sloppy striptease stuff and they're dancing in the ring. It just did not work for me at all.
I'm really glad we had that Blue Chew endorsement because I had something to blame it on.
At least I might got you hard, you know what I mean? Rather than this bullshit. So Marty brings it all together, enters the ring in his white fur coat, shiny silver, almost white trunks. They're so bright. Pre-Bird Mask Marty, and he's finding this character still. But oh my God, is he on fire at the moment? He's flying. Like, everyone's like, he's the next guy.
Yeah.
He's off to the Fed, to AEW, wherever. He's going to obviously be an AEW guy eventually, but you know he's going. Like, you know, let's appreciate him while we've got him almost, definitely. You know. I adore this version of Marty. Proper heel. None of the comedy shtick, but he's doing stuff that pops him and pops the crowd.
Yeah.
But he's a dick about it, you know? Fucking great. Haskins kind of hops about at ringside, and then in the ring, he's hopping about and doing his thing, and I'm like...
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me.
The Brock Lesnar hopping didn't fit for me.
Nah. Don't underestimate Marty's making progress at this point, is what I've written down. We've already talked about that, so I don't know why I said it. Anyways.
But no, it needs... I think it needs re-emphasizing. Through this, because a lot of people look through Progress, and they're a bit like, oh, Robbo, oh, British Strong Style. They seem to forget that Dunn didn't win the belt till 2017. Dunn didn't make Progress.
Sure, you've got to put Ospreay, Zach, Balor in there as well.
Yep.
But like, yeah, true. Totally.
Those early chats with Devitt in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, you don't expect him to appear because he's working New Japan. Well, he's just stopped and he's doing his little tour before he goes off to the Fed. God, it was so much fun.
Even the early chats with RJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I watched that match for SCPW the other day. God, he's fucking good, isn't he? Really good. Like working with Meat as well, like Cardio Machine. You can see like the senior guy, you know.
Main event time, other than Blue Chew for cat ladies.
So the bell rings, and Glenn on commentary has a nice line about this being the most important match in Progress history. Really kind of cool moment.
Yep.
3-way standoff spot to start the match. Continues as all 3 lads are working spots together. The shit must be so complicated to plan out and to work out how this is going to work with 3 people.
Yeah.
I'm honestly would prefer a one-on-one match, but they work pretty well throughout the match. I enjoyed it.
I think, as you said, considering this is their big show and they were most likely to building Tommy End versus Skrull.
Yeah.
To then oh crap, well, Skrull's definitely going to be going somewhere soon.
Tommy's definitely
gone.
We need to put the belt on Haskins. This is the guy we've picked, you know?
Yeah. But we'll get the mix. We'll get the special flying the ointment, so to speak. That's
interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. So Tommy End's kicks and knees at this time and still today are brutal looking, but they look so good, man. Like, really, really cool.
WWE could have pushed him as a main event star.
Sure. I mean, I was looking at a photo of the KSE Battle Royal thing they're doing and just going, wasted that person, wasted that person, wasted that person, wasted that person.
But in theory, a lot of those guys have made a lot of money.
Sure, I'm happy for the guys, but as a wrestling product, you know what I mean? Like, you've got so much talent. Maybe it's a problem. Maybe no one stands out because everyone's so bloody talented, you know? But
in all seriousness, that is a problem.
Yeah, it's
because
weird,
everyone's
isn't it?
so good that no one can step out of the pack because everyone's at an elite level.
Yeah, maybe the
Hi,
gimmicks.
Cody.
Maybe God, he's a good face. He's my favorite face right now. I think he might be one of the best faces in the world right now.
I still really dig his entrance music.
Yeah, really cool. Who thought Cody Rhodes? We'd be saying this now about him now, like even through a few years ago.
Yeah. Oh, but Ted DiBiase Jr. is going to be the main guy to come out of that, isn't he?
I thought he was great at the time.
He was
Trying to fuck me. Trying to fuck on me. That's the line. Anyway, I fucked it up. So Marty psychs out a fan at ringside, slaps hands. Nope, fucks him off. Like really, really cool. Haskins does a lot of hulking up as the match goes on. You can see what they're trying to work towards.
brother.
Yeah. Tommy End does all the kicks. He just kicks Haskins across the ring at one point with a German suplex as well. Just chucks him. It's fucking great. Haskins goes for any submission he can lock in at any time he has the opportunity to.
But Zach's already done that better.
Well, maybe so. Well, yes, definitely. What am I saying? I should be honest and opinionated about it, shouldn't I? Yeah, it's true. He's nowhere near the caliber of someone like Zach. But
it was something diverse for the main. He was playing that role because obviously you've got the striker in Tommy End, you've got the submission technical guy in Haskins, and you've got Skull being the villain.
The villain, the heel, the gimmick, But again, so talented. Marty locks in the chicken win on Tommy. Haskins then hops in and locks in the flip Fujiwara armbar on Marty, where the chicken win is still locked in. Really fun spot. Everyone down. Marty's the first up and calls for the end. Okay. Umbrella time. Since when do the ring crew store umbrellas under the ring exactly?
Well, remember we had the 4 umbrellas from the ladies.
Oh, that's mate. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I like the fact when the ladies got in the ring. I should have said this during the intro. When all the ladies were trying to get in the ring with the umbrellas, and then having to hand them off, and you had like ring crew guy. Here's your umbrella. Here's your umbrella.
I didn't realise. Yeah, nice. So a bunch of false finishes, all broken up by the third man, whoever it is at that time. Nice little working. Tommy sets up a table on the outside.
You definitely don't want to be knackered at this stage. It's like, it's the other side of the ring. You know what? Just let him get there.
Tommy sets up the table on the outside, and I'm like, well, he should be going through it then. But they surprise us for once in our lives. Tommy and Marty gang up on Haskins and suplexed him from the ring to the outside through the table.
Haskins was tired, didn't want to work the rest of the match.
It was at this point I went, oh, Haskins winning.
Yeah.
If Tommy has to team up with the heel to get that guy over, that's plainly what they're doing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Left with Marty and Tommy End. How do you do that finger snap tax?
Oh, well, you just put it in the oven, bake it for 25 minutes.
Chicken win locked in.
Man, I could go for some chicken right now. I'm pretty hungry.
So I'm getting there. Yeah. Tommy End gets to the ropes. Tommy hulks up through some umbrella shots. Cradle tombstone by Marty. Tommy kicks out at 2. Marty proceeds to waffle. I can't talk anymore.
Waffle? I'd like the waffle there as well. I'm chicken and waffles.
Marty proceeds to waffle Roberts with an umbrella. Joel gets the same treatment. Gotch pile driver by Marty. Paz comes out. Tommy kicks out again. I question them putting Tommy over hard like this at this point, but it is what it is. Paz gets abused by Marty as well. And so all 3 refs are down. I love this bullshit booking. It's really fun. Yeah. Really, really cool.
But have you noticed correct number of umbrellas we used as well?
Excellent. Love it. Absolutely love it. The attention to detail you picked up on those little moments. It's really cool. So now the ring crew get the same treatment as Jim Smallman ends up getting in the ring to check on Paz in the corner. So we're left with Jim Smallman and Marty in the ring. Marty threatens and fronts up to Jim. Cue the biggest pop in British wrestling history as the AFI kicks in. Jimmy fucking Havoc is here. Jimmy ducks the umbrella shot. Rainmaker, kind of, by Jimmy fucking Havoc.
Acid Rainmaker?
Not called the Acid Rainmaker at this time. Just Rainmaker. Not? Yeah.
See, now, I know we've run very long.
It's fine.
We cannot gloss over that reaction.
It's so big.
But the reaction of the fans as well. Like, there are people jumping head height with excitement when AFI kicks in over the speakers.
Yeah.
It's insane.
For those that don't know the story
to see Jimmy Havoc's really bad dye job.
So when Progress first started, they had the whole book Havoc gimmick where they were like, they're not going to book Jimmy Havoc because they're a strong style company and Jimmy Havoc is a hardcore guy, so they're not going to book him. But they knew how good of a worker he was, So they were like, that whole gimmick of book Havoc, the hashtag they got trending and stuff.
Yeah.
God, it was so much fun. And he's been a staple of Progress every step of the journey. Marty and Jimmy are really the two that made this company what it was at this point.
Well, especially like the early sequences, like the first chapter stories of Jimmy Havoc, Jim Smallman for the belt. That was essentially the first film.
Sure, with Ospreay in there as well, and that whole storytelling, like fucking brilliant. Commentary do a really good job of putting over that Havoc's knee injury could have been a career ender, and that Havoc's walks to the back immediately after he's done his spot. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. Yep. But nice to have him in and out, done the job, Really, really cool.
And for someone who's been so important to Progress, good to have him as part of their biggest ever show at that stage.
Absolutely, man. There was an interview with him when talking about it. He was like, I was never going to miss it, no matter what. If I had to fucking jump on one knee to get in there, I would do it.
Yeah.
Really great. They do the final spots in the match. Haskins locks in his leaning back sharpshooter to Marty Scurll. Marty sells like an absolute don as the crowd go fucking mental. Taps out, and new Progress Wrestling champion, Mark Haskins.
As, again, this isn't meant to be a knock on Haskins, but I would say the second most underwhelming Progress champion.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because the first was Travis Banks at Ali Pali. I mean, Silver Boots, that was great. But
yeah, I like some of the story with Travis Banks leading into it, but I'm not a fan really.
Yeah.
Again, it's missing character development for me personally.
Yeah. So obviously we've now got Haskins as our Progress champion, and after this event there were a couple of defences, and then he got injured and had to give up the belt.
I don't remember specifically. It's quite a while ago now.
Yeah.
My memory's a bit shit.
And I wonder, had they been able to give him the run with the belt, if that would have cemented his character.
Oh, the Haskins thing, where it's like they thought his career was over and everything. Yeah,
so they took the belt off him like 3 months later, like, oh no, it's not. He's going again.
And then he was okay afterwards.
And
like,
then and then he's never been back in the main event picture.
Yeah, because they had the whole thing with Morgan Webster. It was just a bit of a mess. And Vicky Haskins came in, and that was quite a fun little moment, but it never really went anywhere.
The Havoc Haskins stuff a couple of years ago was entertaining. I mean, who runs at someone with an axe?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But I think the problem there is that they, similar when they put the belt on Believer, it was an experiment that I think they realised the fans were hot for it at the time.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't get them repeat business.
There's an element of thing where people talk about pro wrestling where they talk about how you don't put the belt on your top guy because he doesn't need the belt. He's over already, But then, you put up the belt on someone that needs the belt to help push them to the forefront. Yeah. You can see them trying to do that here. It just never worked for me. The guys they tried to do that with never really happened. They had Jack Sexsmith sitting there ready to go.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it.
I mean, I think this is, again, like you said, chapters 1 to 30 through Progress, the booking was impeccable in the large part.
It's like when a new band comes along and they write all this great material and then they have to do the second album.
Yeah.
And
it's difficult. And I think Haskins is a very talented wrestler. And he tried to diversify as time went on, obviously bringing in Vicky as well, which is a really good layer to his character as well.
Added a bunch of personality to him and everything without doing very much at all.
Which really worked. And then his tagging with Havoc was really nice as well.
Sure.
But I think this is the time where things started to change. And I think they struck gold when they put the belt on Pete Dunne because he ran with it.
Yeah.
And I think because Dunne did so well, that's hurt Progress. Because since Pete Dunne's had the belt...
You could say the thing with Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, the whole British Strong Style, and a few other people as well,
Walter being the Progress champion has been fantastic because you're going to get great matches out of it. But having to get the belt off him, in that way you didn't get to put anyone over by beating Walter to get them to that next level.
They had the opportunity to.
They did, but they chose not to do it.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's going to be interesting going forward with Progress to see where they're going to go.
Holding back rants. Now,
we're doing
doing
very well. But I think Progress as a company have done fantastic things for British wrestling. It's given people the ability to perform on bigger stage. Like you said with Moser, being able to get to perform in front of 2,500 people.
Definitely.
A fantastic experience. They have helped build the careers. And don't get me wrong, Scurll and Havoc are the reason why Progress are there. But if they'd not been given the platform, they wouldn't be as big as they are now. It's a mutually reciprocal relationship.
Definitely. I think you take it even further. You could say that NXT UK, World of Sport, any of these big stuff coming out of the UK, a lot of the guys that went across to the Fed and stuff might not be there without Progress.
Yeah.
I think they caught a wave of popularity. I think they booked in the right place at the right time. I think they had 2 or 3 guys that really solidified those early cards to make them must-watches. I think their branding was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at their branding and their merch.
Yeah. That Ramones t-shirt.
Yeah.
With the Progress logo. Oh, if they sold that now, I'd still buy it.
Yeah.
You know, that I remember seeing that t-shirt around and being like, that's really fucking cool. You know, that's very rare for me to see wrestling stuff like merch or whatever and be like,
I want that.
I need to see what this is. This is kind of cool, you know. I have one sentence I wrote about this main event, which I think sums up my feelings about it. Tommy embraces Haskins. The fans chant, "You deserve it." I sigh in predictable boredom, and we're out of here.
Yeah. I like Progress a lot. I really do. But I think the thing with me, especially over the last couple of years of Progress, I'm really into the undercard.
Yeah.
I'm not so into the main event scene.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
True, I can agree with that. Yeah.
I think Walter is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him in your main event with David Starr.
Yeah.
And I like David Starr as an in-ring character, as an in-ring performer, really, really good. But I've never bought him as, again, at the moment, a top guy.
I remember seeing the first time I saw him and just being like, that's the top guy. Like straight away, I was just like, that's a guy who can work. Like I couldn't believe how good he was. Like, yeah, for me, it's like instantly he was over.
But I think the thing which he's potentially damaged with again is that Progress is links to WWE.
Yeah, sure.
Get a union. Do you want to put your belt on me? Definitely can't put a belt on you, David Starr.
Am I right in thinking David Starr just won the OTT heavyweight strap?
He did. And Devlin's now gone.
So oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So I remember seeing a photo of David Starr lifting a championship belt with a crowd. I thought it was the Progress belt.
No.
I was like, oh, they did it. Great. Then I realized it was OTT and I was like, oh, fuck. Because I was like, I really want that to be the moment. They have a star on their hands.
I can't imagine with... And again, people agree, people disagree. I know we sort of briefly touched on this on some previous podcasts. I don't think David Starr's approach of trying to unionize and openly criticize WWE for the treatment of their performers could help him. I know it's like everyone, you know, what's right for business and will work there. And, you know, if we see Punk suddenly turn up in the Rumble to go for Mania, you know, that will be the biggest turnaround, I think, for any form of wrestling. But Progress can't put the belt on David Starr.
Yeah.
Because they...
Maybe that is the case. I wonder. We can't say definitively whether they can or they can't.
But that's the purpose of this opinionated podcast, to speculate.
Yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
And I think the good thing with the Progress keeping those relationships with WWE, so they've still got access to some of the talent who helped made them to then help bring up the next guys. Because we said earlier, we've got Cara Noir pushing to be a big star in Progress.
Yeah.
You've always got Zach Gibson in there still kicking around. But because these guys are signed to NXT UK, how much can they do?
There's this weird thing where when NXT UK came along and Progress had a choice. It's really simple. They had a choice.
Yeah.
Either you play ball and we'll let you use some of the guys sometimes, or you don't play ball and we're going to take all your fucking talent.
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation?
And at the same
time... play ball, right? You have to.
At the same time,
you can do.
All three of you guys, here's your permanent working contract for NXT UK.
Do you remember we worked out how much we thought Progress guys were making a month?
Yeah.
They were making good money.
Yeah, but they're not making this money.
Yeah, WWE money. Yeah, maybe so. It's interesting. It's really interesting. This show particularly. Let's come back to the main show. There's some beautiful moments. Some really beautiful moments. There's some great story bookends. There's some great story kind of middle sections and beginnings as well. You can see them working for the next set of guys because they're losing 4 or 5 real central talents to what they were doing, which is always concerning. You've seen it with ECW. You've seen it with WCW. When you lose that block of guys that we all tune in for every week, who else is left?
Yeah.
You know, it can be a problem. I think they did some really good stuff here. I have a few issues.
Outside of production?
Mainly production.
Right, but from a live experience...
Yeah.
From a live experience, taking away what we've now watched...
Yeah.
What was your takeaway as a fan, as a live show? Before we move on to the production.
I remember going, Brixton's fun. It's not good for pro wrestling.
Agreed.
Needs to be in the round.
Yep.
Absolutely needs to be around. The move to Wembley was the best fucking idea ever. I wish they'd continued it.
I don't think they could have sold the tickets.
Not with NXT UK coming
and
across
also,
and stuff, but they could have if they didn't, maybe.
They couldn't have gone to Wembley in 2019 because of all that big OW... Oh, wait. He won't listen to the podcast, I'll bury it.
we kind of know something that might be happening at some point, but I think that's the kind of thing that we can't talk about, right?
Agreed.
Just when it happens, just say we told you so. We know what we're talking about. We'll see if that happens one day, and we'll quote this back and see what happens.
We know where it's at.
Okay, I'll be really quick about it, all right? Production issues, all right? Camera work is shit. I'm sorry, it's fucking trash, right? They go on about how great their production crew is. I fucking hate it.
Jesus Christ.
They have dumb LEDs on their camera rigs, these bright lights, okay? It's Brixton Academy. You've got the best lighting in the whole of fucking London. You don't need LEDs in your fucking cameras when you've got all this lighting on, okay? They break the 180-degree rule constantly, okay? They've got one camera facing forwards, one camera facing backwards, one camera's a DSLR, one's a shoulder rig, so none of it fucking matches. It drives me crazy. Okay, I'll get over it. It's not too much. Okay?
Clearly you won't.
The guy with the big hair who does the vast majority of Progress's stuff, right? He's done some beautiful work over the years. The constant focus pulls between the ropes and the people in the ring. I'm like, fucking focus, dickhead, focus, just constantly. It was just driving me crazy. Do you know the movie The Room?
No.
Okay, it's a terrible movie. It's the worst movie ever made, but it was made seriously.
This doesn't bode well for what this comment's going to be related to.
Hold on. Okay. So it's become like a running gag that you go to replays of this show, like in like art film places, right? And there's like a whole set of stuff. So every time you see a spoon in a picture frame, okay, you throw a spoon at the screen, right? Okay. It's like become like a sing-along, like a party atmosphere.
Right.
Go joke about the film because there's all these cliched things that happen. One of them is that the camera's constantly out of focus for whole sections and the crowd will just go, focus, focus. I was doing that the whole way through this fucking show. It's driving me bonkers. Okay, last bit. I promise I won't say anymore. Okay.
God, if I ever end up working for Progress, I'm based on this rant, I'm never going to get to work for Progress.
It's me. It's not you. It's fine.
I think it's called guilty by association, Rob Lynch.
So there's something on a camera called a shutter, right? So when something's too dark, you click this shutter and it goes thunk and it makes it slightly brighter. Okay, we all use it. Okay, the amount of fucking shutter changes, which is amateur shit, which is in this edit still. They've got 10 fucking cameras to cut to. They're like clunk, 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 leaving all these fucking shutter changes. It drives me fucking insane.
But as an uneducated fan,
so amateur.
But as an uneducated fan,
yeah,
they don't know any different. Because obviously, right, this is the thing. So if you think that, I know it's not right, because obviously you know how it should be, and there are simple things that they can fix.
Sure. Yeah.
And won't take it on board.
There's so many people are just like, what's this idiot talking about? The production's great. And I'm like, it's fucking not. It's fucking terrible.
I mean, based on this rant, I'm pretty sure Progress won't share this episode. I hope they do. But
there's so much I love about Progress, but my God, the production, they go on about how artistic and all this bullshit is. It's terrible. So bad. I can't watch Progress anymore. I mean, I really struggle to watch it because the shitty production at this time, right? And some of the fans, like it's a tiny minority of the fans that chant when they shouldn't and do all this sort of bullshit, but they're so annoying. I can't do it anymore. I just couldn't watch it. There was about a 2-year period where I just stopped watching Progress.
I don't mind the production value as much because some fan interaction, I said it's the minority. I'm not going to spend my money to get up to London and do like a 3-hour train round trip to go to Progress shows where my entertainment is going to be ruined to a degree by the fans being the 12th man.
Yeah.
Whereas I will happily watch the stuff on demand because things like the shutters, like the shutter bits and the general production values,
the out of focus, the bad lighting,
don't. but they don't they don't bother me.
Okay,
they don't bother me because it's not my profession.
I'm very pleased for you.
But it'd be like you sitting there going, "I've done this spreadsheet, but the formula might be a bit out," and I'd be like, "No!"
Drives you insane. Yeah, I get it.
But
sure.
From my standpoint, I like Progress for what it's given the opportunity for so many people to have. Because had it not,
don't get me wrong, all of that stuff, I completely agree with you. It's just production issues,
and
it's the simplest shit to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have. You watch Progress now; it's great. They watched a few Riptide shows and went, "Oh fuck, that's how it's meant to look." You know?
Well, yeah.
It's brutal, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know? The association with WWE, they were like, WWE came in and went, "Stop that bollocks." You know, this is how it's meant to look, you know?
Yeah, but also, if you think from that standpoint, I mean, as you said, you've been doing this since you were, well, my voice just broke then, I'm 36. You've been doing this since you were 20 in your even late teens and early 20s when you made it your thing, your job.
Yeah, I started making films around 14, 15. They're terrible, but Yeah.
But if you think that a lot of these guys are their mates to start with, and this case of Steve, could you come and just hold this camera at the show?
Yeah, sure.
They're going to learn on the job.
I mean, SCPW work on a tiny budget compared to Progress, and their production's so much better.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know.
If you ignore my mild rookie error in some of the most recent matches.
Everyone makes mistakes, right? This is constant, we don't know what we're doing mistakes, Who's the girl that does the camera work a lot?
Claire.
She's fucking excellent. Really good. Simple setup, nice camera rig on a little steady kind of shoulder rig thing. Real simple. That's all you need. Just stop playing with the shutter. That's all I'm asking, But yeah, watching this back, it was difficult for me to watch some of it because of that. The content is great. The first half is not as good, but there's some really fun stuff in it. The second half is outstandingly good at times.
Yeah.
Zach and Champ is brilliant. I love the origin stuff. I love the way they bring in new talent. Like they're trying to push Moser, Nixon, Dahlia, TK. All these guys I really love in pro wrestling, Mambo.
Yeah, my highlights for this, obviously, Ciampa and Zach.
Yeah.
Best match I saw that year. Second best match Progress have ever done.
Yeah. I was such a big Progress fan at this time.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd fix that little issue I have with it,
But would you say, cornflake rating for attending the show versus cornflake rating for watching it now back on demand?
Attending the show, the second half was such a good payoff. It was 5. I went out of there buzzing.
Yeah.
By walking down Brixton High Street with 2,000 other pro wrestling fans, and just everyone was chuffed. The Jimmy Havoc return, everything that led up to that, with the Zach match and everything. Everyone was having such a good time. The atmosphere was amazing. I've come out of gigs there going, fuck, these idiots are in my way, But that was really, really fun. 5 across the board, everything. Because I didn't have to deal with the production issues either. So, yeah, great. And the sound production in there and the lighting, god damn, it's
beautifully
good.
Done.
Brixton is fucking amazing. Watching it back, it drops down to a 3 for me.
Okay.
I know I give a lot of 3s. I've noticed that recently, but I had to watch some of it with gritted teeth.
Yeah.
Not just because of the production, but because it's I just don't get what you're trying to do here,
For me, it's a 4 for both.
Cool.
Nice. Again, partly because it's obviously the foundations for what we do now.
We averaged out at 4, so yeah, sure. Yeah.
Which is great. There were some matches...
hanging out with you doing it was a 5. I was like, this guy knows wrestling like I know wrestling.
Exactly.
This is awesome. Yeah.
And I will always champion Progress because of what it allowed me to think to myself. Because going back from old Hamlock days...
Yeah.
And then basically binning it off partly through employment, partly through, I can't do music and I can't do wrestling. And just getting jobbed out.
Yeah, sure. I get it, yeah.
And at that stage, it's can't really afford to train and do both.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing Progress at the early stages, and again, around early 2016 is when I started getting the itch of wanting to go back to do some sort of wrestling.
Yeah.
And even coming to this show, sometimes when you've been between bands and you go and see a gig and you'll be like, oh, fuck, I miss doing this.
I do it right now because I'm not in a band currently, yeah.
But going to that Progress show, I was a bit like, oh, man, how good would it be to do this again?
Brit Rest got to here.
Yeah.
And Progress drug us along for the last few years,
Exactly. So Progress, provided they keep doing what they do for their talent, keep looking after their talent, keep people like Glenn involved, because Glenn is genuinely really creative. I'm going to be really interested to see how Matt gets on in creative as well now. Now Jim's focusing purely on NXT bits.
Cool.
And I hope it's going to have a bit of a different direction. Because obviously, things like unboxing, that's a really fun concept.
I love that show live. It's really good.
Unboxing is a great concept. And I think it is going to be a sink or swim time for Progress, because I think a lot of the Progress faithful, as you said, follow Jim Smallman. And I wouldn't say anything bad about the product because I wouldn't want to offend Jim because he's such a likeable character. As we've said before, when we've been at shows, he's been there. He will have a chat with you. He'll take the time.
He said hello to me at the interval in Brixton.
Yeah. And
it's completely off a whim. Walked past me and went, right. I was like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Deliberately, yeah. I was like, fucking no, you didn't have to do that,
But I wonder how much patience Progress fans will have without him there.
Yeah.
I hope they give... Matt a chance to sit into his MC role.
Yeah.
And obviously having Matt come away from commentary now and having Fraser Thomas take over, because I know he's been doing a few bits recently, so that's going to be good.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Congrats to Fraser Thomas for being able to get that full-time gig as well while he's training to be a wrestler.
Fraser Thomas, is that the guy with the moustache?
Yes, the guy who used to be very, very big and then lost a lot of weight.
IPW ring announcer guy. No, I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Or am I?
No, you're thinking of someone else, I think.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I can't picture his face for some reason.
But he's been quite good on commentary as well so
cool.
far. Obviously, don't get me wrong, if he gets into full-time wrestling, I'd obviously like to apply.
Oh, sure, yeah.
To do commentary with Glenn, that'd be amazing.
Fucking A.
Probably won't happen after this podcast. We might have to wait a little while longer.
I'll take all the heat for this, I don't mind. I'm not looking for work in pro wrestling.
Me neither. But yeah, I really like Progress. Sometimes some of the stuff they do is a bit Marmite for me. Yeah. Some people, I either love it or I hate it. There's no in between for me with Progress. But even seeing people like Pollyanna wrestle again, Polly and Dahlia, amazing.
It's got to the point with British wrestling and that there's so much content out there, not just British wrestling, but all wrestling. I kind of want to go back to my favourite little time of pro wrestling with a couple of hundred people in a small hall.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely adore it. I love the cheesy gimmicks. I love the raffle at halftime. You know what I mean? Like,
this is one of the reasons why, as long as Matt will have me, I want to be associated with SCPW. You get like 150, 200 people coming to shows.
I just don't
you get a raffle. You get good in-ring talent.
Yeah.
Good matches. People who want to do well. There's no egos there other than mine.
Sure. But like, I just don't think Progress is for me right now.
Yeah.
You know, it certainly was for a time period as they were coming up and stuff, and it's the classic thing of it's the cool band in your back pocket almost. Like, maybe I am that dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's just, I just don't think I'm their audience right now. They have an audience. They have their club thing, which I don't understand at all, but whatever, fine. You know, that's working. People seem to like it on Twitter. They retweeted like 1,000 things the other day. I was just like, fucking unfollow, because I was just so annoyed at all the retweets. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll follow them again eventually when they invite us back to some backstage bullshit, which won't happen now. But like, you know, it's they have their audience, they have their fans, they made their decisions with the WWE thing. They're wherever they are because of the decisions they've made in life.
Yeah,
I couldn't be happier for them.
And this is the thing I think to get over. And I know obviously that one of your main gripes of this company is their production values.
Yeah, it's got so much better.
Yeah,
a lot better.
And also, you can't deny that it still is the premier Brit Rest promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they still get the crowd numbers. ICW hit their peak, and I think last time they ran the Hydro, it wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, actually, yeah.
Progress is partly for association with WWE. It is the next step. You get to Progress, you then get to NXT UK, and from there, if you do well, that's when you get onto main NXT, and that's when you get to live your childhood dream. But the good thing now, when we were growing up, we had WWF.
Yeah.
Or WCW. They were the two places to work.
ECW.
They were the two places to work. Which you saw when you were much younger.
Yeah, sure.
You then start to train. Isn't it going to be great in like 15 years' time if both companies are still kicking around that some kid was like, I always wanted to wrestle for AEW?
Yeah, fucking A, man.
But I think we've run quite long.
Yeah. It's been a long one, but it's been interesting, man. I think it's some good conversation here, at least, you know. Some funny moments and shit.
We need to discuss off air what we're going to cover next week, because obviously we've got a slightly contentious pay-per-view potentially happening that we could cover next week.
Is that this Sunday?
That's tomorrow night.
We're doing the Saudi show next week then.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely. We have to do it, yeah.
Because I think it kicks off like tea time for us on a Thursday.
Oh, really?
It's amazing. I love being able to sit down with my dinner and watch wrestling.
How long's the show? Is it like a 6 hour?
Like going to be 12 days.
Oh, is it really long one?
It probably won't be finished before we do the pod.
I was thinking maybe we can do some silly watch along, but if it's that long,
it's going to be far too long.
Okay, fuck it. We'll just review it in the shortest time possible. All right, we're doing that. We've done them all so far. There's so much to talk about. You know, we have to joke about consulates for 3 hours, don't we?
And in all seriousness as well, WWE have got their wish. They have their first women's match
Let's see.
tomorrow night.
Let's see.
We are going to get to watch a live stoning on the WWE Network.
What a way to end the podcast. WildofWrestlingPodcast.com is the best place to find us. Find us on Twitter at Wild of Rest Pod. We'll put up some polls and stuff about opinions and things as we go along, especially as we lead up to the Super Quiz Cup 3, which is going to be fucking great fun. I can't wait to do that.
I think it might be right to announce the first competitor.
Are we going to do it? Okay, so as a defending champion, Tax Williams is going to be our first competitor we're going to announce today. You're going to be on the pod?
Because if not, it'd be a bit shit that I don't turn up to my own quiz.
So, because you and... wow, I've got what to call him suddenly.
Mr. Wicked.
Mr. Wicked, we're still calling him? Okay, so Mr. Wicked won the last one as a tag team. I can confirm that this is going to be a singles competition this time.
Which is now we've realised the only reason why I've won the Super Quiz Cup twice is because of Mr. Wicked.
So we'll unveil more as we get to it, but we've set a date to record it. And we're going to be producing it in-house this time at the same place we used to broadcast. Well, we still record every week, but we used to broadcast live on YouTube with video. So, should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
I can't wait. Where can people find you on social medias, please?
I'm Fanboy Rich on Twitter is the best place to get me.
I'm at the Tex Williams on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This Friday, I'm doing commentary and potentially something else at Wrestling 4.
Awesome.
I'm up in Halzone raising money for Acorns. It's a fantastic promotion, raising money for charity. Everything goes there. Check them out if you're in the Midlands. Cool. And if you can't see it in the Midlands, sign up for Turnbuckle TV and get to listen to my dulcet tones.
Wicked. Do you know the contact or website they can go find that, see if they want to turn up to the show?
They just search for Wrestling 4 on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or just follow the links I'm posting on my Twitter.
You put British Wrestling 4 charity event, whatever, it will pop up. Add some words to the stuff.
We're at Benjamin's on Friday night in Halzone.
Yeah, super fucking awesome content and great. Yeah. I watched some of the Battle Royal stuff from before. Yeah. Hilarious work, my friend.
Thank you very much. Headlined by Dan Maloney. Gorilla, cool. Defending the Grand Championship against Steve Valentino in the main event.
Banging. This is a lot of fun to revisit this show.
Happy days, mate.
I did have to watch some of it with patience, let's put it that way, but it was fun to watch it back.
See you next week for Crown Jewel.
There should be a laugh. All right, bye-bye, everyone.